right, quiet. Can you hear me? Can you hear me quiet? We're going to get this right. Oh. Oh. No longer with us. All right. So what do we got here? All right. So let's say we're starting the event. I have mad respect for full-time streamers. No event. Start it. Start event. There you go. All right. I think I got it all. All right. So I've been working on LunaPipe, which has been renamed from AI-CLI to LunaPipe because everyone seems to be using AI-CLI. So yeah, had to change it. Couldn't use that. So yeah, that's rare. So what is LunaPipe? Well, LunaPipe, probably not indexed yet. Someone said it was weirdly sexual, which I thought was pretty funny. LunaPipe. Let's make sure we're not streaming copyrighted material. No, we're not. Excellent. Yeah, so LunaPipe, ChatGPT in your terminal. You can install it with Go. You can curl. I wrote this nice little script. If you ever use Go Releaser, this is for sure a script that you should check out. I was really happy with what I came up with. It installed at SH. The only thing you got to swap out is these variables that are very hidden in here, owner and repo. We'll refactor those at some point in the future, but yeah, anyway. LunaPipe CLI for ChatGPT in your terminal. Set your API key, ask your question, get your answer, boom. Now, there are a number of existing tools. One of note, what is it? Simon W. This is the one that I was using, and it works well. You know, you can ask a question and it's more or less identical, but the thing that I was running into is there's a lot of things like with bash pipelining that weren't quite working out. So I wrote this specifically to handle things like reading from standard in, right? So you have ls, pipe that into LunaPipe, and it considers it as a part of its context. And another thing which I had thought of as I was developing this, which I thought would be pretty cool, is adding the ability to template prompts. So you might find yourself like me asking a lot of like, right, Go that does this. So if you just template that prompt, you don't have to type that every time. So you just do LunaPipe. The template that I'm using is the code template, and the language is Go, and boom. Actually, I think that one is actually not right. I think if we run that, I think we need to fix that. T code P language Go read values from map. Yeah, I think that should just be function. Yeah, so let's update that, shall we? README, this guy should be function. There is a code one, and code accepts a type, so you could say P code or type is equal to, so you can say class instead of just a function. So you could say class, boom, there's your class. You could say what's it, interface maybe? See if that works. Yeah, cool. You generate an interface and then your struct to go, or your type to go with it. That's interesting. So one of the cool things that we were playing with here, oopsie, is that you can chain things together. So you start with LunaPipe, and then you say, let's say type function, or what did we have here? We wanted to make like a unit test case. So let's just say, write me JSON for a recipe, and then we can pipe that to recipe.json. And it's working on it behind the scenes. We should be able to see recipe popping up. Boom, it's writing. And there's also the option to do this synchronously as opposed to streaming. If you type context exceeded, lame. How much did it get to? Maybe I should, let's extend the context here. OpenAI. Context. Timeout. We should probably make this configurable, shouldn't we? Config, yeah, show me your config. API key, timeout is an int timeout, and we'll go into here. Man, when you got dependency injection, let's just say config is C. When you got dependency injection, everything becomes a whole lot easier. Say config is just config.config. That is misleading. Should probably refactor that and call that OpenAI config. So we wanted to look at the timeout right there. So now we can say, what is our pointer reference c.config.timeout. Okay, so we have to cast it. Okay, cool. So now we can edit our config, and if I do that, I'm gonna flash my key, so I'm not gonna do that. Instead, we will set a default value for our config here. Let's say default for our timeout is going to be OpenAI timeout or 60 seconds. Default 60, sure. All right, now let's try this again. So we're going to use LunaPipe to generate a JSON for a recipe and store that into recipe.json. We will delete the existing one. Boom. Now let's see, we got 60 seconds on this timeout. Let's see if we got it. See recipe, it's working on it. Oh, there we go. So we got our recipe.json. So we can verify what we got there. Boom. So now that we have pipelining set up, we can say Luna pipe, and then we will say template function parameter language is equal to go. And I've actually aliased this so that I can just type AI go, which is pretty cool. So I type AI go and then say parse recipe. And I want to say parse recipe with struct so that it doesn't do that interface nonsense. So let's see, is it getting that right? So ingredient has a name, quantity, and unit. Recipe has a title, servings, ingredients, instructions. Instructions is just a string. So cool. Ah, man, that context, that's such a pain in the butt. Let's extend it, I guess. 2 minutes. Was that really 60 seconds? I don't believe that. All right. Timeout. Show me your timeout. 60. Can we do time dot minute times 2? Can we just say time dot duration? It's so annoying. That might break it, but we'll test it. See, show me your usages right there. This becomes obsolete. So timeout times second. We don't need that if we just have a timeout. So let's try that again. And actually, we want to write this into parse.go. So we should get, yep, there you go, parse.go. It's writing the code. Looks like it added some it's interesting. Yeah, why did it wrap that? That's a strange one. Let's run this one more time, and then we'll say parse recipe with struct, parse recipe stored in recipe.json with structs. So let's try that one more time. You gotta love that non-deterministic like command line utility. The way that I think of it, it's like my brain is doing this already, right? I might have recipe.json stored on my file system, and I'm trying to write parse.go. So instead of using my brain, I'm just like outsourcing all of the coding to what OpenAI has come up with ChatGPT. So yeah, so let's see if this runs. Oh man, is that going to just run? Go run parse.go. Is it going to complain? Oh, that's so cool. Boom. Oh, that's so cool. All right. So yeah, so now that we have parse.go, now we're going to say cat parse.go, and then we're going to say, let's change this name so that it's, we'll call this parse recipe. So cool. So parse.go was generated. I'm just changing the name from main to parse recipe, and then I'm going to cat parse recipe and then say AI go, write me a test for the function parse recipe, and then we're going to store that in parse test.go. So, and of course, we need to play with like the prompting a little bit here, because parse recipe shouldn't be showing up in the test. And so that's the beauty of templates, is that we could make, and actually maybe we'll do that. We'll make a template here that's like test.temple, and we'll see if we can make one that actually works. Ah, the freaking context again. Write me a test for the function parse recipe from the file parse.go. Let's try that again. Delete this guy. It should just overwrite it, but see, it's not getting the package declaration at the top. So some other applications that I was thinking about for this is that if you pointed this at a folder, you should be able to come up with a summary of all of the contents that's in the folder. There's no way that's 2 minutes. This was literally written a couple days ago, so these are expected problems. Yeah, what if we make this just like a ludicrous $15 minutes? There's no way that's going to time out. If it does, we totally got some buggy code. All right, there you go. Okay, so I really don't want 15 minutes here. We'll say 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, I guess. That's quiet. I hope you can hear me. I have no indication that you can hear me, but oh, there we go. There we go. Thanks, quiet. You got it. Yeah. Cool. So I think that I could have my video on Discord, but my computer already chugs, like streaming and recording my screen. But I think you get a good experience with my voice, with my podcast mic. All right, so we wrote parse tests. Let's see what we got. We got broken code. That's okay. We just need to add package main. All right, testing. We need to import that because it didn't import it. Parse recipe. Oh, come on, you got it. It doesn't return anything. I see. So could we parse recipe? I thought AIGO was supposed to give me a function. Return a function. Oh, this yeah, so Quiet, you might be interested in like this stuff that I have in here, like the prompt engineering part. So we got some crazy ideas. We came up with some crazy ideas the other day. So this is, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but this is just Go templates, and Go templates is basically a whole like mini language that's like pretty Turing complete. And so you can do crazy things in here. So I've extended, whoops, where does it go? So I extended this base template, which is terminal, and I need to clean up this code a little bit, but essentially it takes what's in terminal, which is create a program that takes user input and outputs and corresponds. So this is like the base template that gets put in to get replaced here. And then everything that comes after that is going to be, right, presumably in that context of like the fact that this is a terminal. And actually talking about it now, I don't think I actually hooked it up. It's actually just running with whatever, but that's the idea, is that you can substitute that in to get like better output, maybe slightly more deterministic output. So that's pretty cool. And oh, so the crazy ideas that we were thinking of is, because this is like essentially a full-fledged language and you can write like functions in here, you could say like run a shell command that does like ls, and then you could say like files is equal to this, and then you can say range of files, and then inside of that range you could print it. So you could say something like summarize files given their what do we want to say here? We could do like summarize. Yeah, let's do the summarize folder based on the following files and their contents. So if you said like read dir and then my dir and just say like files contains like the name that you could access in like .name, and we'll say like this is a name, and then contents is like .content. So now like this could actually be, and actually, yeah, let's just do this. Let's just actually build this. It's going to take a little bit of work, but I think we got it. We'll say, call this one summarize dir.temple. And we'll take this as the start. Summarize, write me a summary for based on the contents of the following folder. Based on the file names and their contents from the following folder. And so we'll say files, where you could read a dir, and then we'll call this, we'll just say, oh, actually, no, oh, right. So we can use the parameter syntax that I have so that we can say this is the dir, and then we pass in dir, and then we need to write this function now, read dir, that will return a list of files with a parameter name and contents content. And I think that should work. Cool. So we're going to go in where the templates are used. And actually I'm going to use AI Go here because I'm not too familiar with some of the functions of template. So load prompt from template. Okay, so this is where we're loading the params. Context.string. Oh, that's a CLI argument. So that's where, oh, right, because I have a support for custom prompts. So these prompts are packaged into that binary. So if you download LunaPipe, all of the prompts that are inside of prompts will be available. But if you wanted to define your own, like make dir my prompts, then you can mimic the sort of style in here, mimic all the templates and put those into my prompts and then load them. So that's what that does. Find index call, that's for verifying that the parameters in your template are actually fulfilled and that you don't have any that are not defined. Execute. I think somewhere in here there's like, I can do .funcs. Yeah, so funcs, and then we'll say func map. And we'll just stick that in here for now. So func map is going to be a map of string to what? String to something. What's a func map? Tell me what you are. It's a map of string to any. Okay. And here's an example one. So if you say like and inside of there, oh, that's weird. Yeah, I need to know what the args any. Okay, so that's the function signature for the function. Any interface is essentially the same thing as any, but I want to write read dir. Okay, so now I think this is where I can use AI Go. So I'm going to say AI Go, write, and I'll just say text template function map that defines readdir, which accepts a directory name. I guess this is like a semicolon. Man, learning English has helped so much. I'm so glad that I paid attention in English class in college. Like, I swear to God, those have been like the most helpful classes that I've taken, like for setting myself up to use AI. So like my biggest advice that I've been telling people recently is just read books. Like, read books, try to have domain knowledge, like really deep domain knowledge that you can just like shove into AI. Because if you can do that, if you can jam like GPT full of like context, which is like high quality, and you can discern what high quality content is, like you are going to fly. You're going to like kill at this. Because like the thing that I wrote, what I'm going to slowly be doing is for all of the things that I find myself commonly doing with programming, I'm just going to make templates and then I'm going to call those templates from my command line. So if I find myself writing a lot of very specific tests, or for example, I've been writing a lot of like dependency injection code, like I could in these templates say, this is what good code looks like. This is how you call a Hugging Face model. Like, let's say, like it's endless, the possibilities. But if you sort of can think critically about how those common things that you're typing into GPT are structured, and you can capture that in a template, like you are going to be a power user. You're going to be like, as the context size increases, like you're going to be able to load so much shit. And like I could write, I'm like, I've been obsessed with thinking about like how we could feed like libgen into GPT. And so I could write that. I could write something that grabs a book, one of these templates, it grabs a book and then like shoves that in, and I can like ask questions about like a book. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. We are still writing readdir. So text template function that defines readdir, which accepts, I'll just say accepts a directory name, reads all of the, and actually, we'll do this. We'll do this. So, does that not work? Why doesn't that read from standard in? Oh, I think there's some problem with the logic. I want to write this in standard in, just show that off, but I realized there's a problem with the logic here. So if you run this, get prompt. Right, because the arguments, yo. I think this is one. Hello. All right, so we're playing with this thing that I wrote, LunaPipe. I don't know if you checked it out or not, but I was going through like how you use this, and right now I'm adding a. Are you familiar with Go? Have you written Go before?
I've never written Go, but I have a pretty good time reading languages I don't understand.
Yeah, and also Go is just meant for people that are like out of college going to Google. Like that's so it's meant to be like
Wait,
low over.
really?
Yeah, it's like that's like Rob Pikes, the creator.
Is it kind of like Python, where it's just supposed to be like really straightforward to like do things that are common, or like?
Oh, I mean,
That's
I wouldn't say Python. So, Go can be
I
Go can be frustrating to write because it was written in a way that only lets you do, trying to only make you do things in like one way. Like it kind of beats you into submission for the way that Go wants you to do. But when you learn Go, the type of things that it does really well is data plumbing. Like it is like the data plumber's language. And
Okay.
yeah, and so we'll look at it. So LunaPipe, and I'll say write me examples of, actually we'll do LunaPipe chat. LunaPipe chat. So we have the chat interface. So I'm going to say, write me an example Go function. So in here, func is the keyword for function, name of the function. What's weird is that Go has types at the end to the right of variables.
And the right of the function.
And the right of the function, yeah. So I think I don't know. I think it might be something related to like trying to be like functional. I don't know. I feel like functional stuff usually kind of has this sort of feel to it.
But why would you add that overhead to everybody that knows the other way around that every other language has?
Honestly, I completely agree. That's a great. Oh wait, let's ask.
Maybe this way is better. But
why does Go have variables? Variable types after variable names in function.
Is the reason this is called LunaPipe is that the intention is to be able to like use ChatGPT. This is hooked up to like ChatGPT, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like
yeah, that's what this is.
Okay, so the idea is to like use it as like a pipeable function, like on a Unix command line, where you like pipe one thing into another, and then you can pipe the output of this into another process.
Yeah. So literally, you can run this.
ls LunaPipe, based on the files, what language is this info? That's pretty sick.
Isn't that sick? Oh,
holy fuck.
Wait. Oh, dude, this is even cooler. So watch this. So I did LunaPipe, write me a JSON for recipe. So you can run that. It stores it into recipe.json. And then you do LunaPipe. Oh, wait, no. I want like cat recipe. Yeah, so then you can run this. So cat recipe, and then say parse recipe stored in recipe.json with struct, and then parse.go.
Wait, what is AIGO?
That's just an alias for LunaPipe, like AI Go.
Oh.
And that runs the template. So AI is that's also an alias. Oh, that's my key. Alias.
Unfortunately, I have a perfect photographic memory.
Can you repeat what that is?
No.
Oh, okay. No, I have friends that have like that literally like run through books. Like it's like a joke.
I probably shouldn't make that joke because you probably do know somebody who has.
I do. Oh yeah, it is insane. Yeah. They studied whole books before tests, and they could like just crush them.
I learned Calc 1 in a week.
Oh my god.
For a final, but that was different. That was because I talked to the teacher at the beginning of the semester and basically said I was having a really hard time with my life.
Yeah.
He told me the secret about the class was that he won't give me a lower grade in the class than what I get on the final. So he said, like, even though you're really behind, like, if you can pass the final, I'll give you that grade in the class. And I said, okay. So, of course, I procrastinated until the last week.
Oh, my God.
Shoved it into my brain.
Yep.
I got like a 69 or a 71.
Nice.
Right? It wasn't a great showing.
Doesn't matter.
It was a passing grade.
Yeah.
And it was like 71, and then right next to that, the teacher wrote, "I don't understand how you managed to pull this off." Because I didn't even show up for most of the classes. He saw me come in, take the final in record speed, turn it in before everyone else, and just like leave. And it's like I'm like, shit.
Did you think that you could do that? Like, how did that happen? Like,
severe depression and procrastination combined with that like last minute panic motivation.
And because you're such an incredibly smart person, it just like sponged into your brain.
It's not that I'm smart. It's that my brain is a sponge, which is like good and bad, right? I absorb things very fast, for better and for worse. So
right.
It's like,
oh shit, dude, that's crazy.
I had someone who was like smarter than me, to be honest, also like tutor me in it very precisely.
You had
So
a good
like
tutor.
that helped.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, no, I don't have the like the photographic recall though.
Mm. Yeah.
Like it's not that intense.
Do you know what body doubling is? Are you familiar with that
Yeah,
term?
I heard about it recently. Isn't that when you have like a second person?
Yeah.
Like,
So what I find really interesting about it, because my girlfriend Erin, like she has crippling like ability to like sit down and do something where it's not like there's not like external pressure. Like if her mind can wander, it will wander and she will like come up with like crazy ideas. And so like but anything but what she's supposed to do, whatever the task at hand is. And so she really likes being in the same room as me because of the body doubling effect, where if you have someone else that's in the room doing something and they're also busy, like sometimes like your brain can just be like, well, they're doing something with their time, maybe I should, and then they start doing the thing that they should. And
that's an
so
I wonder if I could.
dude, okay, so there's literally services. Body doubling service. And procrastination spirals. Body doubling. Like it's such a thing. You just call someone up. It's just you're on like camera and then you're just working on other stuff.
You know what's fucking
What?
since we've started having this conversation and watching you play with Go in the IDE,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like poking at my fucking project right now.
Isn't that interesting? Isn't that
No, right?
interesting
Like
when
I just modified my project to load the token from the file instead of having it as a string in case I share my screen.
yeah.
But I do the same thing.
Yeah. So there is a so I have a friend that used to like he's younger than me, but he's like a internet like archivalist. Like he stores everything and he like knows about he's been just in the internet so much longer than I have, I realized. And he used to do collaborative or not collaborative, but he would just stream himself coding because I think he knew like even way back when that people just want someone else to code with because it's like Lo-Fi Girl, you know?
What's Lo-Fi Girl?
What? No way. They just introduced Lo-Fi Boy the other day. So Lo-Fi Girl is
Oh, I've seen this.
yeah.
I've seen that image. The one, not this ad. Why do you
Yeah.
have ad block? That's a good
Because I have a streaming I just created this other streaming because I was like flashing the fact that like I have like Pornhub in my history and I'm like maybe I don't want that like streamed.
Oh, so it's like a different like Chrome whatever browser that is.
It's just a new account. So Chris is my normal one and then streaming is just
Oh,
like
so
a
that
complete
doesn't have-
yeah.
That's a smart idea.
It is a smart idea, yeah. That's what you get when you're in security for so long is you know all this useless information. It's not useless. It's really valuable, but it's like I know about these features because I was literally writing exploits for Chrome. Like that's like
Oh shit.
like I was like researching the engine and yeah, like you know about all these different layers of security. It's like there's something really appealing about putting more code, like more JavaScript into your page. And like it's a really good sandbox. Chrome is an incredibly good sandbox. So that's why WASM I think is going to catch on a lot is because like JavaScript engine is already a really good sandbox and you can run WASM and the chance of escaping is like pretty low. And now there's also Firecracker. Do you know about that?
No.
So Firecracker is written by AWS and it's what's used to run Lambda. So they open sourced it. It's this Rust VM thing. So what's a good example? They're basically micro VMs. They're like super micro VMs that are stored in memory and they're just like run like really quickly. So the advantage of this over how things usually are, it's like you don't have to spin up like an EC2 box to like run Docker. You don't have to.
You just like mem copy the VM, and then it's in
Yeah.
the running state.
Yes.
And you
Exactly.
invoke the Lambda function, and then you can either keep it in memory as like a cache or like free it if it's like least recently used or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's like how Lambda works.
Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly how it works.
Sick.
And it's fast as fuck, dude. Like it's so sad that Refinery. So this is what we originally were.
I remember Refinery.
You remember that? Fuck.
Yeah, because Free showed me that back when Refinery was what he was working on, and I tried to play with it a bit, but like I just didn't.
Is it? It's so sad that it's done.
I had no experience with Lambda or cloud stuff, so
Oh.
I couldn't even think.
Oh
of
yes,
anything to
fuck.
do with it to play with it.
Oh, it still kind of works. It still kind of works. Oh wait. Okay. Well, hopefully this will run. Dude, this is fucked. This is like all Python and shit, and it's like I refactored like 2,000 lines of Python like from 2 files. God, it was such terrible code. But it was like written insanely fast. Mandatory, Freeze friend, like he just crushes code.
I think I've met Mandatory.
Have you?
before.
He is insane.
Maybe. Spoken to, or I know I've heard.
Oh, here we go.
I've heard the name before.
Yeah, so he has a blog, the hacker blog, and it is like it's true hacker. Like he's insane. Oh, I can just pull it up. The hacker blog, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so this guy, he's insane. He has hacked so much shit. He kind of invented a whole vulnerability. Like essentially he invented a web vulnerability, blind XSS, blind cross-site scripting. So when he was at Uber, I think, working at Uber, he was really upset that no one was acknowledging the fact that blind cross-site scripting was like a threat, because he was like popping, I think, blind XSS like on domain registers. So if you go to like a TLD, whatever the base is, what is it? Like if you go to like whatever, fuck, I don't know. I forget what the domain is, but you can go to these pages and send like a request or something like that. And like a help desk support thing. So if you have an IO domain, you can like ask a help desk thing for like IO TLD. And he was putting in JavaScript payloads, and these things would get triggered because when they opened it up, their admin view had cross-site scripting in it, and he could get like admin view or admin credentials like with this blind XSS technique. And he made a whole service that recently has gotten shut down because he didn't want to keep paying for it. But God, what the fuck was it called? XSS Hunter. I actually had a PR for his repo. It is open source, yeah. So he built this to prove everyone wrong, and he did. Like people, this was like the service that you used if you were doing bug bounty programs to perform this type of attack. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so he's also like, he's dumped all of Korea's DNS things, or North Korea's DNS records, because he had set up this incredible like DNS thing that would just check to see if there was like an announcement of some specific like DNS request, like a domain exchange or something like that. And so he just collected North Korea's call of like that because they had their thing misconfigured or something. And so he's done that. He also had a POC, and he writes about this in his blog, but a POC for taking over all IO domains. Like he could do that. He could route anyone with .io to like whatever he wanted. Does that make sense? Are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're just processing. Oh, okay, yeah,
And there's
sorry.
a lot of things at once, and it's just
Yeah,
you're
no.
also
This was
you're
like
also
years of
trying
my
to write
life.
code, and it's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can just I'll just I want to go back to code too, but yeah, this guy is fucking hilarious.
well,
He's
it's
insane.
just too intense of a thing to
Yeah.
consider while I'm like hacking around, right? So it's like
Yeah. I used to teach cybersecurity, and so like I have like a lot of knowledge that like I'm
I've like
realizing.
none.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just funny. But fuck, dude.
Web and like cross-site, like I vaguely have heard before like explanations of like
Okay.
what cross-site scripting is. But I'm so
It's
out
really
of the web
easy.
world
Yeah,
that like
it's such an easy concept. It's literally like this browser has HTML, and cross-site scripting is basically just putting code like JavaScript code into that HTML to be interpreted. So when the page loads, you can control the code that's being run.
and if you can get code into a page that somebody else is viewing, you can like scrape shit from the page and send it back to your command and control server
Yes,
or whatever.
exactly. And then also, if you could read the cookies because someone's site is misconfigured, which there is a good
Right.
chance that it is, you can now get like credentials, like admin credentials, and then just log in, and then now you're admin. So it's such a easy way to hack so many things, and yeah, they've been getting hacked. Like it's so common. Things have changed a little bit now that XSS is a little harder, and like standard dev practices make it hard. Like
I
React,
know
if
I've had to deal with like I've had to deal with things where the thing that I was trying to do was prevented by the thing that protects you from cross-site
yeah,
scripting or whatever.
yeah.
And so I just know of like massive irritations that come out of like what you have to do to not.
Oh, fuck, dude. Yeah, that is like, it blows my mind. All of these like baseline level complicated things that you have to do to get things to work. And that's what Luna Defend was. So our second company, so now that I've explained Refinery, can we even find it? You should be able to. So Luna Defend was our attempt at just like removing all of those vulnerability types. So we have like all of these ideas. Dude, we fucking made a killer product. I still really want to sell this one day because this is how you fix security. It's literally this.
Tokens.
Yeah, yeah. So you have a page which has like an input box, and that input box under the hood is actually an entire iframe. This is how like Stripe works. This is how all these companies work. Is like you have this quiet iframe that you can't see, and we would style this box. So we duplicate the input box. It's just an HTML input. Style it exactly like the way that it's there, and so it's like completely identical. And then the sensitive information, which is a cross site or which is a credit card number, social security, whatever, that becomes a token. Using the tokenizer, we had this all thought out, and we also broke it down so that while that
So
seems,
the JavaScript on the page that
oops,
isn't in your iframe only gets the token back to play with.
yes, yes,
The page itself,
yeah,
the page itself
it
never
can't,
sees the
no,
information.
no,
And the only thing that sees the information is the iframe that you control that doesn't allow any cross-site anything to ever be
yeah.
because of the sandboxing of Chrome or whatever.
Yes, exactly. And so now this page doesn't know the information. The only thing that it does is here, because when it now goes to the backend, all it sees is the token. So not even the application knows. So an attacker can pop this page, pop the database, pop whatever, and they still don't know. They have to know that they're just going to get tokens. And so now from those tokens, this is where it gets started. It gets actually stored in S3, and it gets stored as ciphertext, which is like encrypted using another, like there's like an encryption here, encryption process, which you get back from the tokenizer. So we invented a system where it takes more than 2 points of compromise, or it takes 2 points of compromise in order to actually get what the information was, if that makes sense. So it's like,
Yes.
it's like you need different parts of a key. It's like, imagine you're going to like you're playing a puzzle game, and it's like you can't leave until you get like two keys, pick them up. And so it's such an easy idea to implement. It did take us a lot of thinking to do, to be like, like this is actually a great idea. And we found a patent that was similar to this. So we were going to file a patent for this, but yeah, we didn't quite get to it. But what's also really cool about this system is that all you have to do, literally the only thing you have to do to add this to your app. So if you're like coding with React, where is it? Yeah, if you're coding with React, you go from this input. So if you have an input and form, you just change that to secure form and secure input. And then you get all of these guarantees that we're telling you.
That's pretty dope.
It's really fucking sick. And literally, it's like I went through everything on the like top most.
Why didn't you patent it? Is it because of how much of a pain in the ass that is?
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks.
I don't have, but I'm listed as an inventor on, I don't know, a number of patents. And I've never done
Oh, really?
the whole process. I've never done the whole, yeah, it's like 5 or 6.
Wow, dude, that's cool. That's fucking sick.
But like,
wait, how did that happen?
Companies I've worked for.
Because you guys were just doing state-of-the-art fucking shit that it's like it was good enough.
They just wanted to, here, let me go find them.
Yeah, can we see your patents?
US patent office. Yeah, there's a special way that the patent website sucks because it's like a pain to find patents by like, it's like, I don't even know if it's a basic search. It's like search, not applicant name, inventor name. Okay, I think we do this. No, we hit this. Please enter only one word per text box. Are you kidding me?
Dude, web development sucks.
Dude, it's a government website.
Of course,
so
it's gonna be so
It's
bad.
like I want to search for my full name as the inventor name instead of just my last name, because now I have to like. Now I have to be like, and then some of these are like. I think they're like not. Is this one like not issued yet, or like? Oh, this is an application for one. This isn't an actually issued one. What is this one for? I know what these are supposed to be. This is all public information, so I don't feel like I'm doxing myself. I know I've already linked my
Yeah. Oh man.
Technology relates to devices and systems for multimedia data visualization, interaction, and AR, VR, MR for related image-guided surgery.
Do you know what's so funny? I have a friend. He's a streamer. Woohoojin. He does. Do you play Valorant?
I've played it before.
So he does.
Not a huge fan, but I know enough.
Yeah, people are insane, right? People are like insane at it. So
it's like Counter-Strike, but with abilities.
Yeah, and so my friend, he used to work at Uber. He worked at Match Group recently, so like the Tinder company, and now he's doing full-time streaming, and he has 127,000 subscribers, and he makes a fuck ton of money.
127,000.
Yeah, and that's just on YouTube. Like, let alone he like Twitch streams. Like, and sometimes all that he'll do is just like watch Valorant games and like give his opinions on them.
Oh, to like commentary where it's like,
yeah,
here's what I think about how these people played.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what he did to get good. Because he's like really, really good. Like he's like very high ranked. And so yeah. Oh yeah, he was like top 100 in the US for League of Legends before this. And then he was like, one day he's like, I'm going to be the best at Valorant. I'm at top 1,000 at Valorant. And he's like, I think he got that or working on it. But he's just like insane at grinding. Yeah, he's so funny. He's so good. Do you find your patents?
I'm pulling them up. I got 3 of them so far. They're not mine, but I contributed to them. One of them I did pretty much invent. Application.
Oh shit!
It's pulling up all of the paperwork, right? It's not just pulling up the actual patent. It's pulling up like the applications and whatnot.
Right. Do you know what I just realized with this? So you could determine how reliable a certain prompt is. So one of these templates, if you have like a template for, did I explain the template thing to you for LunaPipe? Did I explain how that worked? Because I showed you like it running in the terminal with like the bash, but there's like yeah. So you can build these templates which let you pass in parameters. So like you would type like LunaPipe, LunaPipe template.
Go into the prompt.
Yeah. So you'd say template, code, language. Oh, that's too many G's. Language is equal to go, and then what would we say? The type I want a struct, and then you would say recipe. So it gives you a recipe struct. And so now you can share that. So even if you downloaded LunaPipe, you could run the same command, and that would work. That would just work. You don't have to do anything else. So if you know how to generate a Go struct, or if you want to, you could just run that command. So you don't even need to know the language to do that. So for example, I could change the language here to now Python. Now there's no idea of a struct, but I could say like, actually no, wait, theoretically you could, right? And then it should just know to do a dictionary.
Let's see what it does. It's declared a class, it looks like. I mean.
Oh, but what's cool is now you can modify this prompt now. So return a type written in blank based on the following requirements, and then say this is like where prompt engineering comes in. If the language does not match the type, if the language does not have an idea of what a type is, then use the closest equivalent. Yeah. And so you have that, and then inside of here, oh no, and then we'll add one more thing. Include an explanation in the comments. I don't know.
And that just goes into the prompt in the natural language way, because that just feeds all into GPT.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty sick.
So let's see. Does this work? Ooh. Oh, because I was fucking with this. We can just can I just comment that? Yeah, that should work. Fuck. Can't install.
God, tech patents are awful to read.
You're looking at it.
What?
You're looking at it?
Yeah, they're just the most awful thing. Like, this one, it has, like, this bastardized drawing that's, like, kind of, like, the architecture of the application, but, like, I don't know why this is in here.
Dude, look at this. Look at this. Python has a concept of classes which are similar to structs in other languages. We will create a class to represent a recipe. Dude.
So, you said in one of these Discord chats at one point that, like, ChatGPT is, like, the best teaching tool ever.
Yes, right? It is.
Whoa. I've been I've been using it to work on this project I'm doing, and it's
Yeah.
like the overhead or the stress and the aggravation,
Yeah.
time wasting
It sucks.
of making a project in a language that I'm bad at with
Yeah.
a library I've never touched before.
Dude, this makes you
like,
bilingual or like whatever polylingual. This makes you a polylingual programmer if you can master this.
The other day, I was just like, I was trying to figure out like threads in Python or some shit, and I
Yeah.
wrote like into ChatGPT, I'm like, can you tell me about threads in Python? And it started like spitting out this explanation of like a thread is and I just stopped it. I changed the prompt, and I'm just like, please explain how threads work in Python. I already have a very strong understanding of multi-threaded programming in C++ and C#. And then it proceeded to basically say, it first started by spitting out a code example of like starting and joining a thread, and then it told me all of the gotcha in a really concise way. And I'm like, cool, that was exactly what I wanted to know. Just
Yeah.
like, here's how you start a thread, here's, you know, how you rejoin with one, and here are the things that aren't going to be the way you expect them to be. And I'm like, sweet.
Yeah.
I've been asking it questions about like, I'm making a Discord bot. I'm trying to hook up chat AI to a Discord bot for a part of a bigger project, right?
Right.
I've never made a Discord bot before. I barely use Python, but it's just like, here's what I want to do this, and then it shows me code, and I'm like, okay, I understand the library better. And every time I ask it how to do something, and it gives me a concise, explained answer, I now understand the library better.
Right.
I don't need to ask it as much. Combined with the fact that I'm in an IDE with Copilot, so I can just be like, oh shit, I want to read a secret key from a text file. I don't know how to do that in Python. So I just put a comment that says, read token from, token.txt. I just let it autocomplete like a file IO, and I'm like, cool, I don't even have to change tabs anymore to figure out how to do that.
Right.
And now I know. Like, holy shit.
I just realized I kind of want to call this like Polylang or like something to that effect now, because like this is insane. Like imagine like bash, like you could even like write like bash, right? I could just say bash instruct, and then it should give me like a Is that work? Is that
I don't know bash at all.
That doesn't seem right. Yeah, I guess how do we test this? I'd say asdf.sh. Yeah, no, that's that's not valid. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to represent that in bash. But like Ruby, I don't know Ruby. Do you know Ruby? What language do you know? C#?
Yeah, C#, C++, HLSL. HLSL has a weird the data structure makes no sense in HLSL. So there's no like, what is this for?
C++.
Yeah, STD vector. Okay.
It's close. It doesn't have the STD though. Oh, but you don't need that for a standard, right?
It depends how you import it. Right? If you,
Let's see.
There's a way to say like using namespace so that everything is implicitly in like unpacks the namespace or whatever.
So that I could add that to this one for code and say like how would this work? If the language is C++, then include standard.
Include like fully qualified namespace or like fully qualified type names. Or if the language has namespaces, include fully qualified type names. Right? That might work. Because like C# also has namespaces and stuff in them. But like
Actually, I don't even need to specify that. That seems pretty general. Uh,
Yeah, or something like that.
Oops. Ah. We'll see if that works.
And then, yeah, see what that produces.
Yeah.
There we go.
Damn.
Okay, now run it for C#.
Is that gonna fuck up a
With it.
bash if I do the pound?
I don't know.
Oh no, I got it. Yeah, look at that, dude.
Oh, it didn't use list, so it's not gonna. I wanted to see if it was gonna qualify the list type, but it's an array instead of a list.
Recipe. Oh, and then we'll just say that, like, in C#, use list when possible. It'll use list.
It also made them properties for some fucking reason. Why did it make them properties?
How would we add? What would we add on here if we were going to engineer this?
It also didn't qualify list anymore, or it didn't qualify list.
Dude, okay.
Collection.generic or whatever it is.
Dude, so wait, can I just say something? Let's think about this for a second. So you have a lot of knowledge about C++, right?
It's rusty knowledge about C++.
What language is like your primary? Like what are you most comfortable in?
C#.
C#.
C# is what my day job is right now.
So C#. Now imagine. So I've used C# a couple times in my life. I know that it's like a similar to Java, so I've never really had a problem writing it. But like I really don't know how to write good C#. So could you just like talk about like good design principles in C# and then we could add a prompt here that's like C#, and then it's like all the examples that you can think of like what you should and should not do, like a style guide.
Okay, style guide is a separate issue. That's a separate issue. For me, style guide is separated from like, you know how I commented about how like why did it make those properties for like
no reason? Yeah.
Right? That's totally different from style guide. That's like a different issue.
Oh, really? What is it?
I don't know what to call it. But to me, like style guide is just maybe that's a style guide thing, but like cuz properties, having a property that's like that's just get set.
Yeah.
Isn't really that different from. There's like a very slight difference that you're not going to run into in most of the code you write, where like you can't pass a property as a reference or something like that because a property is technically syntactical sugar for a get and set function, right? When you write that syntactical sugar for the property, the compiler generates a backing field for you, and it generates the getter and setter.
Oh my god, this is an optimization? This is an optimization thing?
No. It's like, so the thing about properties is that properties look like members, right? But they have behavior. So that get function, you can instead like put a lambda as the get or whatever and the set, right? Or if it's more complicated, you can write an entire body for it. Like I would have to just like load up some C# real quick and start sharing my screen. Hold on one second. Because then I can, I can show stuff easier if I just like load up that Admageddon project or whatever.
That's true.
Project I have on this computer.
I hope that I can handle it. I think I need to get a more beefy computer because I think if I view your screen, it's gonna start chugging.
Wait, why?
I don't know. It's just like however, whatever like intensive thing that Discord needs to do to make that work or something.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I just have like.
Or maybe if I stop sharing my screen. I don't know if I've tried that before.
I'm trying to sanitize my
your screen.
My desktop, and like I'm like looking at like what window, because I like ADHD click through my like tabs in Windows.
Oh,
so
dude.
I just gotta like close a bunch of stuff that's like private that I have open right now. So you're gonna have to give me like a minute.
Wait. Have I shown you my notes? Have you shown you how I take my notes?
Output from my attempts at fine-tuning language models that went wrong. Those are kind of funny, though. I don't care if those get leaked.
Have I shown you like the way that I take notes?
No.
So I have this key. It's like if I press Command N, I pop up open my notes. And anytime I come across something interesting, I just like save it. So I have like a bunch of fucking shit saved in here that I haven't looked through, like all of these things. These are all just tabs that I've had open that I've like clicked down. And what I can do if I want to go see it is like I'm gonna move this to 1. The fuck did I do? Oh. Yeah, but there's a thing that I use called Omnivore, which is like a reader. It kind of has become my like inbox, like my email inbox for content that I want to read.
Oh, instead of just having 1,000 tabs open?
Yeah, and there's like 1,000 things saved in here. And what I do is like if I like walk around, because I also have this synced on my phone, I'll just like pop this open and I'll be like, oh, okay, interesting, great. And then I like just say like boop, like archived. And now it's like gone. I don't need to worry about reading it anymore. And then all of these things, I'm trying to make automatic tagging for this because it doesn't have AI level tagging, which would be so helpful. So that's what I've been building. And I have that. That's what this is. So this is LunaBrain. And LunaBrain, it uses AI to try to categorize information for you. So like if you have like Hacker News, which is like a source of news that you're interested in, you could be able to set like alerts for like anytime like Tailscale is mentioned, like that's like the thing that being written about, like you can have an alert. So if you care about anything relating to GPT, you can say like anything that has GPT. So you like never miss that content, even if it's like more obscure content, right? Because there's a lot of really good things that don't make it to the front of Hacker News because of how the voting works. But if you could go to a specific Hacker News page about topics that you care about, then they will end up there. And if the post is like, if it's a notable post, someone is going to go in and like tag it with like a specific tag, right? And so if that tag gets like associated with the content, then like the flare, like I don't know if you've used Reddit. Do you know about Reddit flare?
I have a long-standing Reddit addiction that I despise and am trying to break, or have mostly broken.
So you're familiar?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah. So you could have the flare. You could attach that onto these posts so that and what you've effectively done is you've made like a newsletter for a specific topic. So like if you care about AI, like you can get a newsletter from Hacker News about those things.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think that's what I'm building right now. And so, but the thing is we need to make sure. So the title of the stream is literally called "Let's Build an AI Company" because that's kind of like what like the joke is. And so we're like building our code at LunaBrain. Like we've been trying to build this stuff for so long. And what's funny is that I've never seen a startup like stream like the way that they've done stuff, right? Like built their things. Maybe there's been some like game.
Kind of a cool idea.
That's literally what I'm doing right now, right? Like I've been streaming this. So like if someone wants to know how you build a business, like how to you could like follow our videos. Yeah. So that's been the dream. But anyway, yeah, LunaBrain is going to be like an actual company. We're trying to figure out how we get teams involved. Like that's the way that you make money. That's the current meta for making money. Like you just got to know what the meta is for like building companies and then like just execute on it. Right? Like you put LLM, large language models, AI powered toilet paper delivery, right? Or something. You just find a market that could vaguely use it, and then you just like put AI into it, and then you can like raise money. like AI for steakhouses that does something like that. Could you could literally probably raise money on that. Because steakhouses have like a high margin, and if you could like, I don't know, go to Ruth's Chris and sell your large language model, like that would be pretty significant of a contract. But yeah, anyway, did you find your patents?
Oh, yeah.
You found them?
Okay, this one is this. No, this is the application. There's one that I'm listed as an inventor on, but I shouldn't be, and the person that should be listed, like, I'm not gonna share this one because of. But there's a couple about VR advertising.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 about VR advertising here, and like, one of them is kind of interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Utilizing inertial measurement data of a head-mounted display to generate inferred comfort data,
Mm-hmm.
which is a really wordy way of saying that, like let's say there's an experience the user doesn't like, or that it like actually makes them sick, because that's
Yeah.
actually a problem in VR. That like using accelerometer data from the headset, you can kind of determine like if a user like removes a headset in like a careful way, or if they like rip it off their face. And if they rip the headset off their face, you can log like where in the application and why that happened, and like investigate if there's like a part of your application where like lots of users are like quickly removing a headset from or whatever.
Yeah.
So like that one's kind of interesting, even
Right.
though this is patented and like wasn't put into practice. Like a lot of words.
Did you come up with them?
This
Yeah, like did you write this?
I did not write this. We hired a patent. If you get a patent done, you have to like hire a patent attorney.
Oh my, yeah.
They were like tech, especially in like Silicon Valley where we were at the time, like San
Yeah.
Francisco, San Leandro, whatever. Like there are lots of patent attorneys who like have enough technical knowledge to translate your nerd speak.
Oh, dude, they have so much. They
translate
yeah.
your nerd speak into patent words, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I sat down, I think for this one I sat down in meetings with them, and it would be like, oh, you gotta explain all this stuff, and they would ask like clarifying questions, right?
Yeah.
So that they could get all of, they could take that idea that I explained to you in like 2 lines and turn it into like a 17-page PDF.
Mm.
So, like, yeah.
Wow.
This one is distraction.
Distraction?
This has to do with, is the user paying attention to the thing you want them to pay attention to, or are they paying attention to other shit? This is pretty dysphoric and dystopian. That's cool. In the context of advertising, it's really not cool.
Uh-huh.
And this is a patent about doing how to do what do you want to call it? You know how in a mobile app, like you see an ad for a mobile game and you click it and you go to the App Store?
Mm-hmm.
That gets more complicated in VR, especially when there's no way to deep link into the App Store, or you're on a platform that doesn't support that.
Mm.
So it's like there's this whole thing that we did to like basically the TLDR of this is if the user indicates in VR, like they click yes, I'm interested in this app or whatever in the VR ad, is that you just send them a push notification when they leave the thing that'll like let them install it if they want. Like directly after they exit the VR experience. This is a really wordy way of saying that in 24 pages of PDF. Patents are great.
Wait,
I'm
so
telling you, you're gonna have to like hire somebody.
I know. See, that's the thing. We were a startup and we didn't want to hire like a lawyer to like do that because that would be a fuck ton of money.
So was this company, right?
Yeah.
This company, at the time these patents were made, this company was operating out of the CTO's large garage that was turned into an office.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, it was super fun. I got to work for a garage startup. It was sick.
Are you serious?
He had bought a house that was previously owned by a Ford Model T collector. So the guy
What
built
company
a
was
second
this?
giant garage. It was called Immersive, but it's spelled wrong. It doesn't exist anymore because it went out of business.
Oh,
Because,
E? Wait, oh, immersive spelled right. Okay.
no, spelled wrong.
Oh.
IMMERSV. SV.
No E.
No I. Delete that I.
Oh no.
Too many vowels.
Is this
There's
another
an
one?
I at the end.
That's
Too many vowels that don't delete that I. That's too many vowels for Silicon Valley in 2015.
Oh my god.
What
Is this it?
Is this?
This isn't you?
Oh.
This is another company.
It says nothing. See, we don't. Oh, click that.
This-
That might be us. Let's see. Hold on. Emeryville, California. Yep. This is.
Wait, so it didn't make it?
No, we didn't make it.
You didn't make it. Oh
Nah.
no. Oh no. Do you want to see where we're at? We're on here.
That
We're still alive.
funding.
We're like 4 pivots. This is Refinery. This is still our company. That's our funding.
However much it was involved advertising, I actually kind of missed it because there was like a lot of good times involved too. Like having the Silicon Valley garage startup experience was honestly pretty sick.
Yeah, that's really cool. So the company
1.2 billion.
the company that we were just going up against, we thought that we could like take on Sneak, but they had it figured out. Sneak had it figured out. We couldn't figure it out. And it's like what we mean by that is not just the technical stuff, but also like everything else.
Sell it?
How to sell it, dude, the business stuff. And they just win. They win every time. They win for probably like the next 10 years until like people realize, maybe it doesn't have to be that long because people will start doing it. But like 5 years, like for 5 years, they're just going to like dominate or something until people realize that what they're doing is not actually providing any value at all. This is the biggest scam. Sneak
What is the product, or what was your thing that you were comparing it to?
So Sneak is your classic Web3 sales, or Web3. So because of the hacking done in the 90s and kind of like early 2000s, companies like this come about because they're like, well, we know how to do security, and security means showing every developer every day the fact that they have like 1,000 vulnerabilities in their application.
That sounds like a noise thing.
It's
Like,
incredibly. Look at this website. Look at this website right now. Who do you think it's built for? You think a developer appreciates this?
What the fuck?
Oh my god! Wait, no, I want that again. Show me that.
It just hit you with that pop-up.
God, do you see my
Cost?
You see my trigger finger?
Caustic.
You see my trigger finger I got on that? Look at this. I got a fucking trackball. Look, I I got a trackball mouse.
How can I look and see the track?
Oh, you have to go to the stream.
I've used it.
You have to go to the YouTube stream, I guess.
Oh, we're live on YouTube. I'm live on
Yeah.
YouTube saying all this stuff. Great.
Oh no. You haven't said anything incriminating? we
No. But I'm talking about stuff that a little too honestly.
you're too honest.
No, there is one patent left. This one hasn't been issued yet. This one is a very large. This has like a massive scope. But
What the fuck? Wait,
this is like ultra
Dude.
cool shit.
what the fuck?
Oh.
You were working on this?
It's
You were working on this? This is literally science fiction, dude. You realize like NCIS has this, and like when people look at it, it's like bullshit, but you were actually building it. What is that? Oh shit.
where did the video go with the? We're redoing our website right now.
Oh, this is where you're currently working?
Yeah, this is what I do.
Dude, that's
Oh.
fucking sick.
So yeah,
Dude, could you give this to kids? Like, could they play with this? Like, what do they need? Like, imagine like someone learning like bio.
Yeah, it could be a learning tool,
Yeah.
and we've I'm not gonna talk too much about that, but
Okay.
it's one of those things where like the technology, there's so much that you can do with it.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to pick something to do with it, right? And you have to pick something to build the business around. But yeah, no, it's like virtual reality viewing of medical data, segmentation. Like there's all sorts of stuff that goes on. But basically, there's some modes that require like
Oh, so that one view has like
but
like you have so much more going on than just like that one video, like the demo.
there's tools in there that were not shown off. Like,
Yeah.
There's tools that let you basically like there's certain types of surgery that involve like modifying bones or rearranging like the bones in a patient's face for like facial reconstruction or whatever.
Right.
And the TLDR of it is that you can like put a patient in a CT scanner, take the scan out of the CT scanner directly as is, load it into our software,
Yeah.
go into VR with like that patient's bone anatomy, and then perform like simulated like burring and cutting operations. I don't think there's a video somewhere of the tool, but like there's a tool where you can like it's like a lightsaber basically that you can like simulate cuts with, and
Right.
it's like a physically connected thing, so like all of the physically connected stuff will separate into a different piece you can move around, so you can like determine how you want. You can like make multiple attempts at trying to figure out how you want to rearrange stuff as a surgeon or a planner.
Yeah.
See visually what the results are going to be if you cut it in these places and move it around, and like super cool shit.
That's really cool. That's really cool, dude. Do you like working? Do you like working on it?
When I'm not jaded, yeah.
When you're not jaded?
I've been dealing with a lot of burnout, so it's hard.
Oh, yeah, dude, burnout sucks.
It's very hard for me to step back from it and see it the way like you do when I explain it or when you see it, right?
Yeah.
Because that's how I felt when I first started working there, and considering how far it's come, it's how I should still feel about it.
Yeah.
It's just like a struggle to keep that like. When you get so far, I'm so far down in the weeds that all I do now is like, on like an architectural level, that I don't play with the stuff in VR anymore. I look at this screen in Rider and this unit test screen, and I write code and I write unit tests and I make it pass.
Oh no!
People take that stuff and they build like they hook it all up in the I hate UI stuff though. I hate user interactions. I prefer this.
Oh, okay.
Like the editing tools that I created.
Yeah.
And they build all of the user interactions around them that make them like fluid to use. Like I'll create this like really shitty like here's the basic code for how the real-time sculpting tool works. But then like someone will take it and like productize it so that it feels good to use and has good user interactions, whereas I've provided like an API for like real-time sculpting a CT scan. So like yeah, I don't know. I kind of don't like having to test code in VR. Really sucks, to be honest, because you have to like change code and put on a headset and run it, and it's just like on off on off on off. I have glasses. It's really annoying.
Right.
Running unit tests in Rider, you just like hit a hotkey and run unit tests, and like things go wrong for some reason.
Right.
What the hell?
What? Your unit test?
Why did that fail? That shouldn't. I set up a unit test so I could execute C# because I was going to talk about properties with a call stack for the conversation.
Right, yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm so
But
curious.
I was talking about how you can have properties that are like okay, so let's say we have this test and we have
Hmm.
um
That's not how you spell recipe, my dude.
dude, I don't care. It's sometimes life just goes wrong,
Oh
right?
my god. You use the cursed uh brackets. I hate doing that with brackets.
What do you mean the cursed brackets?
The cursed brackets. That's like, to me it's cursed. Cuz that means that for every bracket that you write you have to hit new line twice.
The other way is unreadable. Egyptian style brackets are unreadable and awful. Let's start a brace war. That'll be productive.
Like
It's
you
like
know,
it's the only thing worse than a holy war.
I love the words for those things, like spaces and tabs. Oh my god, dude. People have such strong opinions. Um and have you seen Silicon Valley? Have you watched the show Silicon Valley?
Yes, it hits way too close to home.
That show, they got it right. They got it so scary right. It was incredible to watch. Like there is a scene that like blew my mind because considering the time that it was filmed, it was like so woke. Um but one of these like CEOs like rode into the scene like on like a bird scooter or something like that. Sorry, not bird. One of the rental scooters, one of the bullshit rental scooters that were like out. And when he showed up, he took the scooter and he threw it into a trash can. And then he like started like talking. But I just thought like that in particular, or I guess if you've seen the show, do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm sorry, I spaced out
That's okay.
that entire thing. I'm
That's
so
okay.
sorry.
The scene where the CEO throws a scooter into the trash can, like an electronic scooter.
I may not have seen that season.
Okay.
Season
Yeah,
two.
it's later. It's a much later season, but the scooter thing, it just it made me laugh so much because I always felt like you've seen the rental scooters and bikes, right?
That just pollute the sidewalk.
It's pollution. It's litter. I don't
No,
understand.
there was they did a test. They reined it in. They did a test like a year or two ago in Chicago, where
Okay.
they were like the city of Chicago's like, all right, this is a thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna test it out for one summer, and we're gonna see how it goes.
Yeah.
And the way the test was structured, it ended up being just like a total free for all. So they were just like the scooters were everywhere, and literally everyone in my neighborhood, because I live in like I guess a neighborhood that's like more central and downtown and techy, and there's like a bunch of
Yeah.
companies here.
Right.
Everyone, they're everywhere. They're littered everywhere. People are just like throwing them in bushes and shit. And like everyone's riding around on them, and there's like packs of kids like riding them around like total degenerates. Because like there's also a school in this neighborhood, unlike San Francisco, which felt like there were no kids around ever. So
Yeah.
there'd be these like packs of like middle school to high school age kids just like roaming the street on like a fleet of scooters, which is admittedly hilarious to see. But it was
Yeah.
just like madness, and like then there were people who got so pissed. There were multiple reports of people getting so angry at them that they were throwing them into the Chicago River. Or
Into
some
the
fucking
river.
lake.
Into the
Yeah,
river.
into the they were just throwing it off like the bridge or the balcony just into the Chicago River, just like get fucked.
Oh my god. I hated that so much. Or I mean, I live in Seattle. What I'm saying, I hate them. I hate them so much. Oh god.
Okay, so properties, right?
Yeah.
I can declare the property with the getter, right? And
Mhm.
it just looks like a member that you just access and it has a value, right?
Yeah.
But you can have the property be like a lambda. Um, that was actually what I wanted, except okay. So the property can just be like this lambda, which is then just like functional sum, right? Sum all
Right.
of the cost items in the list, and then you could just access it. You could just access that like it's a property where like instead of it being like get total cost function call, right? It just is like, it just looks nice and it makes the code really readable. But behind the scenes, like this just gets compiled into like a get function. But like if I were to do like get, oops, fucking shit. This version where it's like get set, it's like declaring like a private field that holds this in it, and like so then I would have to manually assign it. But like it's just really weird to declare like this list if I made this list public, right? Where it's just like I have a thing for code style that can't be ignored. If you have it like this, where it's like get set, it's like syntactically the same as it was before, where you can just like assign to it and read from it. But it can be nice if you intend to add the behavior later. But like if you start adding, if I like add a method body here instead, now that it's like not an auto property, I have to be like, I would have to like declare this backing field that is what is like actually going on behind the scenes, because what the compiler generates is basically like this. This is what like
yeah, right. Yeah, of course.
This is like what the compiler generated, but what the compiler actually generated was like not this. It generated like public fuck. It like get ingredients, get whatever, return backing fee, right? It's generate like the compiler generates these like hidden methods. So like there isn't really a performance cost if you do it this way, because all of this gets like, when this gets JIT compiled, the modern C# compiler is good enough where like these things just get inlined anyways, so it doesn't matter. It's just like a style thing, but it has like there's like, it's like style but not quite. Where like, let's say I could put, because this get function is just a method, I could put like really expensive like, right, I could put like some really expensive like method call in here, but that is like, you're not supposed to do that, because getters are supposed to be getters and setters, like they shouldn't have crazy side effects, and it should just like return a value. If it's doing heavy stuff, it should be a function, because it's like there's like not context, connotation to having it be a property, right? The connotation of having like a property implies some sort of like straightforward thing that's like, okay, like total cost, right? Like this is not some like horrifying, you know, REST call to another server, or like load entire, you know, volume medical image from disk, right? Like that's why I just thought like the auto property things it generated is like, it's just weird, right? Especially because this is kind of like a struct where it's just like it has this data in it, and it could just be a field instead of an auto property, because right, properties are good for like stuff like this, or like you could have like public float volume, right? And let's say, or normalize, let's call it normalized volume. So it's normalized volume, right? We have, so in this case, you could do stuff with these, like the idea is like, okay, get is straightforward. It's just going to return this, but set, what set's going to do, yeah, so here we go, right? So when I set this value, it's going to clamp it between 0 and 1, so it's never out of the expected range. But now recipe just has
Oh, did you just write, wait, that's a validator?
No. So it's like, so normalized, so like I can just assign things to this like it's a property, right?
Yeah.
So like, but let's say I assign something that's like too big, right? Like 100.0f assert r equal recipe dot normalized volume 1.0, right?
Yeah.
If I run this unit test, right, it's gonna pass, because when I assign 1,000 here, this gets called and it clamps. Value is like the thing you assign.
Oh, you
can do
oh,
things
truncate, like, it truncates, or that specific. Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
So like that's kind kind of like what the properties are for, is for like stuff like this, where it's like this really simple thing, but this is like a way nicer syntax than like recipe.setVolume, like in my opinion at least. Like C# has a lot of syntactical sugar like that
Mm-hmm.
that makes reading it really nice if you decide to write it in an intelligent way. And like reading code is more expensive mentally than writing it, so that's actually like I think the syntactical sugar is really valuable, not because it makes it easier to write, but because it makes it easier to read, and
Mm.
that's what's actually important, in my opinion at least.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Code.
Yeah. So what's cool?
And then there's fucking Python. It's just like, yeah, we're just gonna YOLO everything and have like indents, dictate scope. Why not? Types are for shit. We could just like, but the thing is that like, I'm shitting on Python right now. But the thing is that this like, it just does what I want, right? I can
know.
like, at the bot and it like is like, oh, you mentioned me, sweet.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and it's like this is the entire like functioning Discord bot is like
Yeah.
half a screen of Python. That's
Oh wait,
super.
wait. So here, can you walk me through? Okay, so this is really cool. How would you then run this on a another server? Or like, how would you run this so that this is like a service that like you could use for
What do
yourself?
you mean?
Like, you just wrote this like little bot and it's running on your computer. Like, how would you deploy it? How would you deploy this? Like, what?
Dude, I don't deploy code. I'm a game developer. I write code that runs on local machines.
This is my point. My point is you have motherfucking patents, right? You are a smart dude. Like, you have a lot of experience like with VR stuff.
No,
But
see,
like,
how I would do it is I would open this and I would go here.
oh shit. Oh
I would
wait.
go here.
Okay,
And
yeah, yeah.
I would be like, okay,
Yeah.
okay, bro, I have a Discord bot written
Oh shit, dude.
a Python file, but I want to deploy and host it easily on some cloud service. What should I do? Right?
Yeah.
I would do this. This is what I would do if I wanted to.
Oh, why are you using 4, dude? Use 3.5. It's so much faster. Come on. It's not giving you that. It's giving you marginally better improvement.
That's true. I
Yeah.
don't know, just like habit, because for some things
Yeah.
it matters.
Some things, yeah. Oh, that sucks, dude.
Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just not a problem that I deal with, right? Like, it's like, how do I explain this? My knowledge is like super. My knowledge consists of every problem I've solved before, and this is just not something I've run into. But the thing is because I actually wanna learn that kind of stuff, and that's what I'm gonna be doing with this project. Is I'm gonna be splitting this into like microservices or like different
Yeah.
services or whatever. And probably at a minimum, learning like Docker or something, so I can like put them in Docker or whatever.
Oh, dude.
Because like
So,
I have Docker for running TensorFlow, and I'm like I should
Yeah.
really learn how to like encapsulate stuff in that. But like,
so, dude, what I'm building, what I've been talking about with my friend is like, given that what you have written, I could have that in production for you with a single command run
oh, on like the command line.
from the command line. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Like, I know how to make that happen. So like, that's,
Wild.
I'm going to Vegas, not Vegas on the strip, but like Vegas off the strip. When my friend initially pitched Vegas, I'm like, no fucking way. I've been to DEF CON. I know the shithole that Vegas is. And he's like, no, it's okay. We'll get a Tesla. We'll go to my friend's mansion and we'll like hack on this. So that's
that
what
sounds so much better than like
Yeah,
downtown
yeah.
Vegas.
Then Vegas. Yeah.
My hell.
Yeah. I
It's
hate
like,
it.
the way I explain Vegas is it's in the uncanny valley of degeneracy.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's degenerate enough that you feel bad about it, but in this like sanitized boomery kind of way,
Mm-hmm.
where like if you're gonna just like have a degenerate fun time, like you may as well like put the pedal to the metal. That's my stance on why Vegas is pointless. Like
Yeah.
I could go to Vegas or I could go to a multi-day forest rave and like have an actual good time,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. No, you were talking about deploying code easily.
Yeah.
I guess I could run this as like a lambda or something.
Yeah, good fucking luck, dude. Yeah. Dude, there's no fucking way you're going to figure out how to deploy on a Lambda.
I deployed I deployed one at work that's JavaScript. There's like this one lambda in our EC2 account that does important stuff.
Oh,
I
you
hacked
just did
together
you use the
JavaScript.
the in browser editor?
Yeah.
That's you know how bad that is, dude. That sucks. Would you rather your
Ultra,
IDE?
ultra scuffed. Yes, it was.
It was fucked. Yeah. So it's like mind blowing to me that people actually use that because that is a terrible dev experience.
I needed to write like 20 lines of Node.js or JavaScript or whatever, so it wasn't
Yeah.
that terrible.
Okay.
I just needed to take stuff from X and put it into Y with like a slight change.
Yeah.
So it's like okay. But no, I'm gonna have to figure out how to deploy this stuff and how to make services and make services talk to each other and do all that stuff. Cause like I think I've come to the conclusion that like this needs to be a different like process than the process that runs like all the transformer, like the Hugging Face transformer library, AI stuff. Well, because that has to run on WSL
Right.
first of all, but like second of all, just for like performance reasons and like maintainability reasons, I just want to have like all of the heavy AI stuff be in its own service and process, and then I can hook different things up to it for what I'm doing.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna have to figure all that stuff out and how to, I don't know, containerize maybe. I don't know if that's the right way to go.
Yeah, that stuff's hard, dude. It's honestly pretty hard.
It's just like one of those things that I feel like is like there's so much in engineering that gets like the Pareto principle of like you can get like 80% of the value just by like learning 20% of the like
Yeah.
just knowing how to like host stuff on the cloud or just knowing how to use
Yeah.
like a library just like a little bit lets you just do things in different ways that are useful, and it's such a gap in my knowledge, and it's
Yeah.
so useful.
It's
It's so
incredibly
useful to be
useful.
able to run cloud stuff
Yep.
that like I'm like maybe I should know more about this for
Don't
my
don't
even
worry,
if I don't
dude.
use it at work
That's what I'm
for my
building.
own purposes.
Yeah, like that's what I'm building, and I have a lot of because it's going to be all like open source. Like I have a lot of documentation and a lot of notes. Actually, if you search my notes for mention of Protoflow, like I have a lot of like of my notes that I've been taking around it. Um, so yeah, like that's my dream is to like make what you have right there something that you run one command and then it's like hosted
Because then you could just go down into the terminal or whatever
and
just
say
host.
Protoflow. Protoflow's the name. No, you could literally just type it in. My dream is like you literally just type in one command.
Just
Like
from the repo root folder or whatever.
yeah. Yeah, cuz deploying is the most common thing that you'll do with it. So you just have that. It's like the command just deploys it.
See, it's nice when things are like that. Where
Yeah.
It's just like you just that's what I like about
Just run it.
like I shit on Python a lot, but a lot of the Python libraries are so straightforward where it's
Yeah.
like you just import the library and you write a line of code and it just does the thing and you don't fight with it and you don't get angry and your life isn't ruined. Like
Yeah.
when I made this Discord bot, it's just like okay, import Discord.
Yeah.
Like okay, declare a client with some callbacks on it.
Yeah.
Set up the intent so I can read message content. Start the client.
But dude, there's a fundamental there's a fundamental problem here, unfortunately, and that's like Python is not conducive for when you want your project to become bigger.
Yes, that's the thing that I
Yeah.
dislike about it because I'm used to working on this thing,
Yeah.
and this thing has
Yeah.
more code. It has more code than
Oh
this.
my God.
I will
Is it
divulge that
Python?
trade secret.
It's Python?
It's more than no, it's C
Oh.
sharp.
Oh, okay. Okay. At least it's C sharp.
It's like mostly C sharp, but then there's
Yeah.
like shaders that run on the GPU
Right.
graphics. There's like HLSL,
Yeah.
and there's some native C++ libraries, right? There's like a small amount of like native C++ code that gets called,
Yeah.
but it's like mostly C sharp because maintaining something like that in Python would be a unholy life-ending
Yes, it would.
polish your resume nightmare.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
Python seems to be really good for like data science and like hacking around and experimenting.
Yeah. It's not
But
for
the lack-
deployment.
the lack
No.
of types make it so YOLO
Yeah.
that it's like I was debugging this bug in my machine learning
Whoa.
notebook or Python notebook or whatever,
Yeah.
and the bug was I didn't return a value from the method.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, dude. So it's
Which
none.
is-
It's
which is-
none.
It's none.
Oh.
But the thing is
No.
that because the none is like passed around and handled gracefully. None is handled gracefully until it gets to the point where like the machine learning library tried to consume my none, and now the machine learning library is just throwing exceptions for like a none that I've like no idea where it came from until I found out that like, oh, I didn't return a value from this method. Where like in any sort of reasonable language, public string get name, when I don't return the method and I try to run the unit test, what happens is it doesn't even compile and it says invalid code. Like, that's not the right error. Oh, not all code paths return a value. Wow, what a useful like thing. Because then even if I do like if true, that's gonna like whatever if random dot value greater than 0.5, and I do it like this, it's like it's still like is not. The compiler is just like still not cool with that because it can see this other branch that just doesn't return a value. And there's just like an underline in my IDE before I even try to run the broken code that's just like, what are you doing? Don't hurt yourself. Have a nice day and like fix the code before you waste 20 minutes on a bug that should have taken 2 seconds to debug.
Yeah. I don't know. That design choice came about because of the way that Python is implemented, unfortunately. Like I guess you theoretically could throw you can't do that.
It's not compiled.
Yeah, it's not compiled, so you miss out on the ability to check for things like that. And that is what causes so much pain. I've written a lot of Python. I've written a lot of PHP, like a lot of untyped things, and like JavaScript. I've written a lot of JavaScript, and it's just like you're fucked if you don't have a return that has a type.
You know what's so sick about C#?
What?
Is that C# has a keyword that lets you treat objects like a compile time. There's a feature where you can like say, I want to treat this object as a compile time, or I'm sorry, as a runtime resolved like thing, and it will let you do that duck typing nonsense
Yeah.
in the statically typed language, but only when you use the keyword that says I want to live dangerously because the idea I'm trying to express can be expressed in a statically typed language.
Yeah.
So like you could just use the YOLO keywords in C# and do the thing you want to do.
Yeah.
But the scope of the danger is like hyper constrained.
Yeah, so that's
Right?
exactly
So,
what
like,
you can do that in Go
you
too.
can do.
Yeah,
can
the
do-
unsafe.
I don't have the compiler flags, but you can just.
Do
be
you
like,
need compiler flags for that?
Yeah, because
Oh,
the
what?
binary, the assembly gets flagged with unsafe code. And
Oh my
there's certain
God.
Contexts like security contexts that won't let you run unsafe code.
Oh,
Like
that's
a
pretty cool.
PRT,
Yeah.
So that like when you load like extensions or whatever, like
Yeah.
there's safety. But like yeah, you can just use unsafe.
Oh,
like,
that's
we have
big
pointers now.
brained.
This is now C++, so I can interact with like native code super
Yeah.
efficiently.
That's cool.
But only in the context of this like little window.
Yeah.
And there's like a mechanism to like pin managed objects and turn them into it's like it's such a wonderful language.
Yeah.
And
C#
it's like constrained in a way to like Microsoft. Like I know they've been open
Mono.
about it and they've released all the open Mono is
Oh, Mono shit.
trash.
Oh, they open
Mono-
sourced, right? Free told me about the open sourcing of C#.
Yeah,
He said
but
that
it's
was a big
still
deal.
just, like, it's still just like not commonly used on other platforms, even though you can, right? But it's just like
Because the
for
DLLs,
certain-
like the DLLs you need.
no, just convention, right?
Mm.
Like there's inertia behind like things, and the people who write code on Linux don't use C#, so there aren't libraries for like. There are libraries for everything. It's just like it's weird. I don't know. Like there's nothing stopping you from doing it. Unity is a cross-platform game engine that does all the scripting in C# because well they use Mono, which is part of why Unity is such a pain in the ass. But
Yeah.
like, they use Mono because they hook directly into the runtime to do like things where like the C++ engine can like do hacky things with like the C# CLR runtime and like directly invoke methods it shouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
For, like game engines, like really cool stuff actually is why they did it. But like, I don't know why I'm evangelizing C# besides the fact that I like really like it. But it's also the thing I've been writing code in the most for like 10 years, so.
Yeah.
That's also.
Nice.
I don't know.
No, I mean I've written C# before. I know what you're talking about. Like coming from Java, because Java's what I learned, and I'm fine with Java.
Yeah. Java is just a worse version. It's just C. It's like okay, well Java was first. Microsoft saw Java and they saw how shit it was and just decided to do better.
Right. Yeah.
Like they just decided to make something that was just better.
Oh.
It has like all the features of Java, but then it has like struct versus class like semantics where you're like, I want this to be a value type that's only passed on the struct on the stack and gets deep copied everywhere. Versus I want to declare an object that goes on the heap and it's only passed around by references and is garbage collected. Like because it has this decision, like you can do performant things with like things that should be a struct, like the vector types in Unity or whatever, right? Like float3 or float4 or whatever, right? Those are like struct. We can go decompile it because.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, you can do that. That's really nice.
Because the JetBrains tools for C# are really good.
Yeah.
So like if you hit the hotkey, there's like a hotkey for like go to declaration. If you hit that on a type that it doesn't have in your project, you'll either download the PDB files from a server, and if it can't find them, it will just decompile it and show you the decompiled source for it, which is like so sick.
That's nice. Yeah, dude, IntelliJ is a great piece of software. Like JetBrains has absolutely nailed it.
Oh yeah, I used to always use ReSharper, the plugin for Visual Studio.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I loved it, and I used it and I had known about how good the JetBrains IDEs are because I'd used IntelliJ for Android.
Okay. Yeah.
Before.
Nice.
But then one of my coworkers who was like freshly hired was like, why don't you just use Rider? Why don't you just use the JetBrains IDE? And I'm like, I don't know, the weight of the past. And he's like, no, you really should. It's like half as laggy as Visual Studio with ReSharper.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And now I just bought the all products version of it where it has like all the IDEs, so I can have like the Python one or whatever other one I need. Because it's just like at this point I just want to be able to have Copilot in everything because. Well,
Oh, dude, CodePilot. Yeah, fuck, dude. You just tab complete.
Like
It's
Like
insane.
this is how I loaded this is how I loaded my thing. I just put a comment in because I didn't know how to do it.
Wait, oh look, so I could ask LunaPipe to write this for me. So what is this? This is a Discord bot in Python. Yeah. So let me just write that real quick.
You could pipe it into a file too.
Yeah. So I'll say
Crazy part.
Luna. Oh, what the fuck is it? Okay, so I'd say like LunaPipe. Write me a Python Discord bot. What do we want our Discord bot to do?
Just to say hello when a user mentions the bot.
Say hello when the user mentions the bot. Oh wait, and then I want to pipe that. Oh shit, it's like oh, I have to add my code thing. Cuz without the template, it like adds all the annoying like bullshit.
The template like just provides the code output without all of the
Yeah, that's all that it does, but it's like incredibly helpful.
Right, cuz you just want the example code.
Yeah. Language equal to Python. Type I think I need to specify, which is annoying. I need to fix it. Maybe I need to like make shortcuts for languages. I have to figure that out. Type, I want this to be like file. And then just say write me a Discord bot.
I gotta synchronize my hotkeys.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's doing it. And I'll just write that to Discord bot.py.
Send me the file. I'll execute it with my because I have an API key just sitting around.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh shit, I'm curious if this will work. It looks like it might. We might.
All right.
There, it's
well,
an.
You need.
Oh wait.
You have an API. You'll need an API key to run it. Is the problem?
Yeah, I can just make one.
Yeah, I guess that takes like actually honestly 2 seconds.
Yeah.
On the website.
It's really easy. The developer experience is really really good.
Oh yeah. Oh, so if you've already done this, you already know how to.
Yeah.
Like because adding the bot to the channel, you have to like get the link and like. It's like a little weird, but once you do that, it's actually just like.
Don't I have one? I have one lying around somewhere. I don't care if
It's super good for just like hacking around.
Luna Brain. I think I have one. Where the fuck is it? Oh, it's in projects. Luna Brain. Discord. Then I gotta replace that in Discord bot. Oh, and then I need to fucking install Discord. Fuck. Oh, yeah, that's the key. I hate Python. God, it's so annoying.
What part of it?
Do I not like?
The virtual environment.
If I generate Go, because Go uses GitHub repositories for dependencies, you can swear to God generate a file and say Go run, and it will just run. Like you don't have to download dependencies. There's no like the dependency manager. It's like it just figures it out. It's beautiful. It's like the best experience.
The runtime.
Oh,
it just goes when you run a file.
Yeah,
Instead
literally.
Of having to do
Yes.
manual.
Yes. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Intense. Oh fuck. What the fuck's intense? There's no types. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll ask LunaPipe. I'm just gonna do LunaPipe. LunaPipe.
Or use Copilot to be like a generate message.
No, CodePilot. I don't know how to do that. Like, it's like kind of annoying. Include. I'm just gonna say include intents. I'm just adding include intents.
Oh.
Let's see if they go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, come on. You can do it. Intense? It has intense.
Yeah, there you go.
But it doesn't have the message. I know this isn't going to work because it doesn't have the message intent.
It just put the message intent in. It just created it for you at the top.
Yeah.
That's what it added.
There's my fucking key. There you go.
Oh, sweet! I can impersonate your Discord bot.
Oh no.
The security leak of what I'm gonna be on the front page. I'm gonna be Hacker Man. Hacking
Oh wait, it's running.
content.
It's running. But it had a problem. What the fuck? Shard
Oh,
ID.
you have to enable a checkbox in the developer content for the developers thing on your app. There's like a little tick box that says I'm using message contents because it's like a protected thing now. Because your app is running on under 100 servers, they don't. You could just
Oh.
there's like a little on-off switch.
Which one is that?
Turn it on, and you should be good.
What does it want? It wants members?
Message contents. Wait, intents.members. Why did it do members?
Yeah, I don't know.
The code is wrong.
Yeah, the code's
That's
wrong.
That's
Do you
not
want
the right
message?
intent. Message underscore content.
Message under. Okay.
That's the intent that you need.
Yeah.
to
Well,
use.
dude, we're doing this all. Now think about this. We're doing with this all AI, right? I have no idea how to do this live.
You've never used the library.
I've never used.
the library for the first time last night.
So we've had one human interaction here. Like you helped me do the intent because I would have to search docs.
Now, to be fair, the intent that I'm telling you came from code that ChatGPT generated for me. I didn't add that intent when I generated
Dude.
code.
Wait, it's online. Wait, no, how do I? Wait, oh, I know it's in the channel, so it should. Oh fuck. Wait. Yeah. Wait. Bot testing. And then Luna. Ah, fuck. Is it not joined? I don't think.
It works. I
Wait,
created a
how'd you
new
do-
channel.
Where'd
Just at LunaBrain in security AI. It said, "Hello, how can I help you?"
Oh shit, dude! It fucking wrote it.
Oh, I didn't do it in bot testing. I'm sorry, I used the wrong channel for it.
Wait. So now what do we want it to do? Let's just keep using LunaPipe.
Where did I need to figure out how I get back to the screen. Oh, there we go. So, well, what I'm doing with it is I'm hooking it up to transformers.
Oh wait,
and,
can I just drop? I think I can drop into a chat. So I just changed the Python code. And then can I do chat? Will this work? Like now I'm in a chat. Now it's like the template, the system command has been executed, and now I'm in like a deeper context. Like I'm talking to ChatGPT as if it's like a terminal thing that does something specific. Yeah.
This stuff gets weird so fast, and because of the natural language processing aspect, it's like we're only scraping the surface right now, I feel like, of how intense this could get, even with current technology. Like, I saw a demo of that auto GPU
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
where it's just like you set it off, and it just starts, like, cranking away manically.
Dude.
I'm like, holy fuck, this is wild.
Do you? I can literally start making LangChain now because I can have trigger words that make you run a function. Like if this is said, then run this function.
And there's so many layers to it too.
Yeah.
Like I'm learning about how to fine tune LLMs to get them to do specific things, right?
Fucking hell, dude.
That's a really cool thing. Like that UI that I can't remember the guy's name now, who's in this Discord. The guy who made the fine tuner UI.
Oh,
like
the llama. Oh, how has that been? I haven't done that at all.
Oh, it's tricky. Like
It's tricky.
So the UI makes interacting with it trivial. Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
You
of
just,
course.
Like, paste text in, click train.
Yeah.
It works. It's great.
Wow, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah. No, it's a really cool.
How do I? I
library
think
project.
So what is this? This is llama. What?
Do you have a fat GPU?
No, I don't. Do you need it?
Have it?
You need it.
How much VRAM do you
I have an NVIDIA 1080.
Oh, you should have enough VRAM to run the small model.
Really?
Yeah, 1080 is like 11 gigs, I think. Don't ask how I know that off the top of my head.
Yeah,
I'm willing
I
to bet
assume.
it's 11 gigabytes specifically.
Where's the fuck's the details?
There it is. 8.
8? Is that low?
That's enough.
That's enough.
It is low. It's low, but it's enough to.
How
run
much
the
is it?
smaller model.
How much is it to get a
40 RTX 4090.
Which one should I get? Yeah, like a gamer. What's a good gamer one that would like help me out?
How much money do you want to spend?
I don't know. I could do like I spent 800 on my current one because I got it when there was a shortage because everyone was doing crypto.
So I just paid out the ass for an RTX 4090 because I just wanted the fastest card.
Yeah.
But you may not.
Yeah,
need
I don't
the
need that.
fastest.
Yeah, what? Give me a budget.
You don't want to go that hard. How much?
Can I? Does
48?
PC Part Picker? Can you search by like GPU and then
Because the thing you want is, it depends, I guess. But like,
I just want to
the
search. Show me
more
the search.
VRAM, the better for like the language models. And even then, you're not going to be able to fit the really big ones in it because you need like the industrial card that has like 80 gigs of VRAM and costs like 10 to 30 grand, right?
Oh,
So
here you
it's
go.
like, oh, you want to spend?
Yeah,
I want to spend
price.
as much on my car as I did on my video card. Okay.
This
I would-
okay.
I would just buy whatever current gen Nvidia card has the most
Memory.
RAM.
Wait, so I want memory. How much do I want at least? Like what will give me pretty good performance? Like 11?
I'm trying to. Well, let's see. Let's see how much VRAM this shit uses.
Okay.
This is a really scientific way of determining that, isn't it? Okay, so now I need to remember how to start all of
Dude,
this
we just
stuff.
wrote
Hold on.
a Discord bot with AI. That's pretty insane. Fucking hell.
Do I have to activate? I'm trying to remember if I have to add con to activate something or not. Let's find out. Fuck.
Nice.
I do. What is it called? How did I do this? That's not gone well. Hold on. Let me see what the documentation said. I think I did the same thing that the documentation did. Let's try this. There we go. Now we're in business. Okay, we got this going over here. Now we need to fire this up. Local host. Oops. What did I just do? 7. Oh, okay. It would help if I typed the numbers in the right order.
Oh, there you go.
So
Whoa.
the big model that's in here is the 7 billion parameter model.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's gone
No.
fucking wrong.
No. What the fuck? Oh, you've done some changing? Does that dependency just not exist anymore?
Oh god, what is going on here?
Adapter not found bug fix.
That's the thing that I fixed the bug in this. That's my branch that I fixed the bug on. That shouldn't be related to why. What the heck? all of this was working as recently as yesterday. It's stressing me out because you're watching me try to do this.
It's okay. I'm high as shit. I'm just thinking about high
I'm
thinkies.
getting there, and that's really not helping.
No. Yeah, that will do that for you.
This worked the other day. What horrifying thing has made this not work now? What did I Are we just gonna run random commands off the fucking internet that are gonna mess with my Anaconda setup? Yes, we are.
Oh no, no, don't do it. Oh no.
I really need faster internet. Fuck. It's the thing about Conda, you could just make another one. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
that's what I should do. Maybe I should just make a fresh one and do the instructions again. Oh, is this what fucking is wrong? Control C.
No, you ran the wrong command.
No, is it just that I never exported this?
Oh.
That's why it's spicy and wrong. That seems to be less text output than last time. Yeah,
It ran.
works. We're in business. We're loading the 7 billion parameter model, which takes like 10 seconds or whatever. Yeah. Oh, there's my commit. It's the most recent one. Would you look at that? That's cool.
Oh, you
Yeah,
did a
now we got
PR?
this
You made a
open.
PR?
We can like we can yeah. No, there's if you on the GitHub it shows like the most recent commit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there was a bug where if you change these two things too many times in the wrong order, it breaks the state of the application in this really subtle way that goes wrong. I just like spent a bunch of time like figuring out why that weird interaction happens with the UI because it was
Right.
annoying me. It's like, oh, I could wait. This is open source software. I could just fix
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So like you could just like, oh, this isn't the. Hold on. You have to hold on. You have to wait for the whole thing to come out. But I have a solution for that actually. Git checkout, progressive output, git merge. What was that branch called that I had? Actually, what I could do is I could do git vet, git checkout master, git pull. Wait, what? Oh, because this is the one pointed at my git checkout, progressive output, git merge. What was the name of that branch that I merged in? Adapter not found, bug fix. I don't want to tell you who I am. Oh, because I'm using the wrong git. Okay. Because that's not the git I've set up. Simple fine tuner, git merge, adapter not found, bug fix. Just because I want the bug fix on this. Oops. Oh well, actually that's fine. That's probably gonna do some weird thing. That doesn't matter. Okay, now we can relaunch this. Okay, hold on. Let's go back here. Okay. Error. Oh. Maybe I should load a model first. Okay. I wanted to spit out stuff. Can you explain in great detail how cheese is made? Maximum tokens 500, repetition penalty 1, generate. Oh, thank you. That's really useful. Okay, so doing inference on this model, I hit like 12. I should probably close Unity first. That has a bunch of 3D shit loaded in VRAM. So do all these windows. So doing inference on this like 7 billion model is using like 11 gigabytes of video memory.
Okay.
Probably a little less because I have other stuff running on this machine.
Mm-hmm.
But if we go to fine tuning, hold on, I have something for this. We have the King James version. We have the entire King James version. Okay. Just paste that in here. Just because I want it. So this is the entire text of the King James Bible
Yeah.
formatted slightly differently. And if we train this on here, we can see how much VRAM this uses once it like kicks off. Which It hasn't yet. It's probably parsing the it's probably tokenizing all of
Mm.
that text. Oh, so it doesn't use that much more VRAM because it's not training the entire model. It's only training the LoRa adapter thing.
How long does it normally take?
So you could train it in like, so I've got 3 epochs, so it's gonna train it on the entire King James Bible 3
Yeah.
times.
Okay.
It's about 18 minutes on an RTX 4090.
Okay.
So like a little bit of time, but it's also like 30,000 lines of text.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 30,000. It's like 6 megabytes.
That's impressive. Yeah.
So like this is just like
How good is it?
away.
How good is it like on the recall or
Hold on. I have a it's gonna be faster to just. There's no way to cancel it in the UI. It's gonna be faster to just reload this whole thing, because I've already trained. We gotta wait for it to load this. So just dumping text in to fine tune doesn't do what you want.
Mhm.
Like, okay, so we have this like assistant where we can ask it so what's going to be more interesting is like this model has a lot of weird stuff in it. I'm going to show you some like weird shit. I was trying to see what it did to its morality. That's why I was asking these particular types of questions. So like the output here, like I don't know how to explain this. It does weird stuff, but if I type like John 3:16 with nothing else, because that's like that's a really popular verse though, from what I understand
Mhm.
of these things. Oh, I need way more than 80 tokens. Hold on. Let's set this.
What is number of
Just
tokens?
see the maximum output. It'll stop. Like it can either say end of stream token, right,
I
when
see.
it wants to be done, or if it runs too long, it's just like a cap.
Mm.
So with no adapter, just typing John 3:16. Is that the way I formatted it in my thing with the?
I saw something about anal sex.
Dude, some of the shit that comes out of these models is weird.
Wow.
Like this model, this llama
Yeah.
model that Facebook made is just trained on random text from the internet.
Oh
And
shit.
I was asking it questions.
Oh,
I was
so
asking it questions that there's a lot of. So here's the weird shit that happened. I asked it what does the Bible say about adultery?
yeah.
Like spit out this thing about like Corinthians 1, and then it went into this AdSense ad.
Whoa.
Like spit out an AdSense ad that it had learned from like parsing the internet. It just has like these ads in it. So like it's giving me all this stuff. So it's like, okay, so I had to have it read the Bible. And
Yeah.
now it says, what is adultery? The Bible says in Exodus 20:14 that thou shalt not commit adultery, right?
Yeah.
What is Exodus 21:14? It actually just says thou shalt. It just directly says that. Okay, because I don't know the Bible. It was just there's a GitHub repository that has the entire King James version as JSON, and I just wanted a lot of text that was like it has a distinctive style and moral content, and that's why I used it as training data, right? So like if I change this to where is it? The good book, we can load this adapter, and now if we click generate, after having trained it, it will like recite Bible verses, right? So like I don't know, what is John 3:2? Well, let's say now there was a man of the Pharisees. This seems to be reasonably accurate. So like it's kind of like that is not the same king. What? I don't know this very well.
That is
yeah,
that seems made up.
It does. So like I was wondering, like one of the things I wondered is like, will it just like invent Bible verses if you put in like things like
Probably, right?
I don't know if you know
Whoa.
or not.
No, I don't.
Austin 3, it's like a WWE wrestling.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. But so like now it's like this looks like a Bible verse,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
But like, is this from the Bible? It is. It's from Joshua.
Wait,
Whatever.
so the actual one gave you a not Bible thing, and then the made up one gave you an actual Bible
Yes.
thing.
So like, it's got to go onto this side. Linsner 316. Let's see what that's all about.
They stink before David. Said to Elbsum, I will
Like,
be your servant, my father. Neither
I
shall
haven't.
there fail you anything that is in the house.
There's a whole art to this. So we have this. We have
Oh my
this.
god.
We have this unholy nightmare. This is trained on
What
a
the fuck?
reformatted Monty Python script. Script Monty Python will
What?
search for the Holy Grail.
Okay, does
So,
it
like,
work?
if we do like assistant, right? Like, or I'm sorry, if we do question, hold on, question. How do I change the tire on my car? What we're gonna do is first we're gonna put it to none.
Okay.
Do answer. We do I promise I know how to type and use the So like, okay, so we've asked it this, right?
Yeah.
And it's giving us. I could use one of the smaller models and it would like generate faster, but like the smaller models are even more jank. Like this model's pretty jank compared to like ChatGPT, right? Yeah. Okay. So anyways, it's doing its thing. So now if we use this like Python version, and it gives like it will sometimes give like incredibly warped answers to things that are like it's weird because like if you just like put text through it, it doesn't like it didn't like restylize everything it says in the style of Monty Python, like how you could get ChatGPT to like imitate styles. It like corrupted its fundamental understanding of reality. It's
Mm.
really bizarre. Like the effects of doing this fine tuning stuff. Oh, so yeah, my point was like if you could find something that has like more than 14 gigs of VRAM, that would be good. I think.
How much
Like,
does
if
clock?
you wanted to
How
play
much
with
does
this
clock
like
matter?
7 billion parameter model, right? There's probably, I guess the 13 one might actually load on, no, because that would be maybe too big.
How much does the
Clock isn't
clock
what
matter?
matters for performance.
Oh, okay.
It's like shader cores multiplied by clock speed, right? So like
Mm.
the statistic that you're interested in for like training performance is like like it's like the actual thing you want is like how many teraflops is the card, right? Like it doesn't matter what the clock speed is as
Okay.
much as the clock speed multiplied by the shader cores determines like the floating point, like the raw computational power, right? Because this card has like, do I have GPU-Z? This card has a lot of shader core. It's some obscene number of like cores. It's like 16,000 or something. So it's like 16,000 shader cores at well, it's not at 2 gigahertz. It's at like 2.5 gigahertz or whatever, right?
Okay.
So like,
Like how much does that matter? Because I'm looking at cards that are like 400 that have like 12 gigs of VRAM. But then next to them are like $900 cards that have a much faster clock. It's like 2000 megahertz versus like 1700.
it depends on the generation of card and what like you're gonna want an NVIDIA card for this stuff first of all because most of the libraries are just written with CUDA
Okay.
for vendor lock-in reasons. So like
Yeah.
AMD cards just don't even, unfortunately, in this space, like just buy an NVIDIA card. Like you have to go find like if you want to know the performance of it, you need to find like GPU teraflop chart or whatever, where like this isn't like even gaming benchmarks aren't as relevant. Oh, here, what's this? Okay. This is like out of date, right? So like this stat here, FP32 gigaflops, or if you take off the digits like teraflops, this is like the raw computational power of the card, and for machine learning, like this is a relevant metric. It's not as relevant for like gaming performance, but like so like this RTX 3090
Oh,
is
I
like
see. I see. Okay.
so RTX 3090 is 35 teraflops. RTX 4090 is 80
Yeah.
at the stock clock speed, at least. So like, you would have to go find what this performance figure is for the cards you're comparing, and there's like it's misleading and there's other shit that is. I don't want to talk about P16 and all that shit, but basically like, what card were you looking at?
GeForce RTX 360.
3060.
Yeah. Not the
It's
TI.
So like, it's gonna be pretty slow for this stuff.
Mm.
Like, so like here, consider this. I've got this set up for progressive output, right?
Mhm.
This is the speed of the 7 billion parameter model
Yeah.
on a 4090 RTX.
Yeah. It's gonna
So
be
that's
much
like,
slower.
I've overclocked it slightly. It's like almost 90 teraflops is
Yeah.
what gets you this,
Right.
right? Where you could just go to like this model, this like small model, if you want like fast text generation.
But it's gonna
like,
be shit results probably, right?
yeah, but it's like it just spits text out.
Like to run like a function, like generate me a here is a Python program,
Oh,
like the Discord. Have it write the Discord bot.
What was the prompt for that?
Where did it go?
It hasn't been trained on the right. I don't know how to explain this.
Write me a Discord bot. Say hello when the user mentions the bot. Include intents.
I'm just changing
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm really curious how this performs because I haven't done like a direct comparison. Oh.
It's gonna go wrong.
In Python.
It's gonna go
I
really
see.
wrong.
Yeah.
These are foundational models. These aren't. How do I explain? They haven't been trained to answer questions like ChatGPT has. ChatGPT is not.
Whoa.
ChatGPT is not a foundational model. It's been trained on the natural language task of answering questions.
I see. I see. Yeah.
Foundational model is like, I've started to understand this as I've played with this tool and how I've seen the things that I've done are wrong.
Yeah.
Like how I've just pasted the whole King James Bible in and had said, "Learn, you fool." Like does, but it kind of doesn't. That's not what you do with a foundational model. I'd have to go find the data set I found, but it's like, hold on, it's like NLP, financial sentiment, and I'm sorry for this typing, analysis data set or something. Where did I find this? Okay, so check. So the way this is it's like I would have to parse this into a better format, but it's like this is a natural language processing task where like I have an input that's like these sentences about financial shit, and then an output I want that's like positive or negative, right, or neutral. So you construct a data set of this where it's like analyzing this input, give this output, and like if I trained a foundational model on this data set, like it would probably do this task pretty well. The foundational model is just like a shitload of learning that understands like how to process English and concepts and produce text. And then with the fine tuning, you can like layer something over the top of it, like this training set, and you could specialize it to do this task, right? So like ChatGPT has been specialized for a bunch of tasks like this, like answering questions from people or performing like general, like because the model's so big, like general language processing, like sort this list or whatever, right?
Right.
Like But these models haven't been trained with that yet. They've just been trained on huge amounts of text, and it's like they're ready to learn a specific task, but they don't have. People are building like ChatGPT competitors by taking these models and fine tuning them on like the right inputs, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you have to figure out what you want to get it to do. Like here, let me show you the examples that were provided that the guy who made this made, right? So there's this unhelpful bot where it's like here are these human assistant things where it's like, you know, here. So like let's take this prompt, right? And let's go to 7B. Let's turn off all of these. Let's put this prompt in and let's generate this. That's a very strange answer. I've called a call center. I don't know. I don't know why that happened. But if I load this one I'm loading has already been trained on these. These are a bunch of really unhelpful responses, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now when I ask it questions, it's giving me very useless advice because it's been
Mm-hmm.
trained on the task of like getting like these like terrible answers, and for some reason it can like capture this idea of like
Maybe that's what I should be doing.
so like I haven't fully figured out how to use this. This is an ultra powerful tool, this ability to
Yeah.
fine tune language models.
Yeah.
What
That's
the
right,
fuck?
right?
I don't know. But it's like it's weird. You have to like
Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? LegalZoom. What on earth?
the raw models are such a trip to interact with.
Oh
Like
my god.
there's depending on how you prompt them, it pulls from different parts of the internet, right? And
Yeah.
it's like there's like question and answer sites that have tons of like Yahoo questions or whatever. And there's like a certain prompt format that gives you like a bunch of answers where it answers every question from the like I don't remember how I did it, but just in the foundational model, if I formatted this like human assistant input output prompt the right way, it
Yeah.
would like answer every question from the perspective of the Quran and Islam.
Oh my god.
And I was like, that's very interesting, but also not what I wanted. So like
Yeah.
the way ChatGPT works, or the way chatbots work, is like the prompt you type into ChatGPT goes like here, and there's like this output part that isn't seen, and then it's like this part is like scraped and put into like the chatbot, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's how you would make a chatbot with this. So that's how the Monty Python training data looked. Um, it's like this. It's other and me is what I trained it on, right? So if we take this prompt, let's just take this. Where are you going? If we go here, if we load, this one is, the turbo one has been heavily overtrained and does even more bizarre shit. Okay, it repeats that verbatim. If we turn the temperature up, it really doesn't. But like, what is your quest? Oh, that's actually a surprisingly reasonable answer. How does the government work? Thanks, bro. That's a really useful. That's a really useful response. So it's giving me this response that's kind of like how the government works, but it's also like it's got this like it's like style. It's like weirdly transformed by like the fact that I've run all of this not that I've like run all of this dialogue through it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I'm still trying to learn how to get this to do really useful stuff. But I have a plan for it. I know what I'm going to build with it. But I don't exactly want to get into that right now. But like basically, I'm gonna make some. Well, maybe I will get into it. I'm gonna try to train it on like I have a lot of difficulty with like intrusive thoughts
Yeah.
and like thought loops.
Yeah, of
And
course.
there's like the 10% of the time that I'm in like a centered and grounded place and I can respond to them correctly. And there's the 90% of the time where it spirals out of control and I lose 3 hours and like my brain going insane.
Yeah.
I'm going to take all of those intrusive thoughts. I'm going to write all that shit down. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
write like the reasonable responses to them or the good like
Oh.
responses to them.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make like TherapyBot 9000 that's like specifically tuned for my situation and my values and what I want to optimize in my life. But long term, I was actually really inspired by a lot of the stuff Quiet was talking about in this Discord in general with like um, brain computer interfaces and stuff. But I want to try to find a way to like get biometric data from myself or even like have a constant like recording of myself going into like text to speech and sentiment analysis and try to like train one AI to determine
No
when I'm
shit.
train an AI that's like listening to me at all times
Yeah.
when I'm going into the thought spiral and then send me a fucking message on Discord to be like, bro,
Dude.
this has gone wrong. What's the issue? And you could like put the thing in and it's like an interrupt. It's like a hardware interrupt for the negative thought patterns in your brain. Like it would be best if it could like read my mind and get my stream of consciousness. But as long as I'm like at home speaking it out loud, like I might be able to train an AI using this same like natural like this sentiment analysis thing where I would put the examples of my like negative thought patterns in and then have the output be like, oh, this is bad or versus like this is benign. And then when it detects like there's like a threshold of like too many negative events too quickly, it like sets off a thing where I get a message on Discord that's like, go for a fucking walk. You're like spiraling into this. So I could
Yeah.
like cut it off at the pass. And it's like the problem I found with like therapy stuff is that like sometimes like you're in the wrong mood or in the wrong state of mind at the time the therapy session is. But because if I set this up as like an AI thing that like goes off or that I can talk to at any time, I can like access the like voice of reason or like
Mm-hmm.
the idea is that I train it with my voice of reason so I can access my voice of reason at times when I normally couldn't by like embedding it into a language model, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know if this is a psychologically safe idea, but someone has to find out for science. So like that's what I'm trying to make is this weird like thing, but it could extend further than that. Where like imagine if you were prompted every hour to like explain what you were doing and how you felt, and then that was evaluated by a model based on like that you trained, not that someone else made. That's based on your own values and life goals. Where you tell it like, oh man, I'm playing RuneScape, and it might be like, are you sure that's the best idea? To use your time. Maybe you should set a timer for 15 minutes, and when that goes off, you should go back to programming. Or like, to have this like, because like the idea, like, I actually have to use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay.
The short of it is, there's so much propaganda and outside like influences on your brain where like everything you experience is like a training input, right? And there's
Yeah.
like all of this advertisement and propaganda and news and notifications from apps, and all of it is bombarding you, and all of it drags you away from your own life goals, right?
Right.
So what if you create your own system to propagandize you, keep you aligned with like what you really want and what your real values are when you actually like, you're in a good mood and you've sat down and you're thinking clearly and you're like, this is where I want to go with my life. These are like my long-term things.
Yeah.
But if you like set up a propaganda system to like constantly push you in that direction, like that's like a really interesting theory
that's kind of
about this. Like,
yeah. I mean, I have a book next to me called The Daily Laws. And every day I read one of the daily laws and it's like what was today? Today oh, stream ended. Oh, that's you. So yeah, the daily law was better to be attacked than ignored. Burning more brightly than those around you is a skill that no one is born with. And then it's like daily law, make no distinction between kinds of attention. Notoriety of any sort will bring you power. Better to be slandered and attacked than ignored.
I will be right back.
Okay, yeah, go to your bathroom. Are you still there, Quiet? It's quiet. Quiet's away. All right. I wanted to... Where the hell was I? I was like doing something. Yeah. So we totally can generate stuff. That's sick. Maybe like examples. Yeah, we'll make an examples here. Examples, and then we'll say new file readme.md. Oh wait, I can write a readme. Oh fuck. Write me a readme. Oh, okay. Oh, it's free. Hello.
Hey, I don't know if you're still streaming, but I just finished the blog post and pushed it, and I need to know, how do I click the buttons to make it go to the internet?
Do you want to jump on the stream?
No, I need to go skating.
Oh, you're going skating? Oh, that's cool.
I need to go skating.
You just land it.
It just landed and it will go?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's
Yeah. Yeah, I set that up.
Okay, cool. I just assumed that you hadn't.
No, dude, I've been scaffolding the shit out of like all the stuff we've learned and everything that I've set up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's all there. I just did. So on my stream, I was playing with LunaPipe, and so I got some good material of doing like the recipe thing, like where it generates the files.
That's sick.
So I was just gonna put that on the repo. And also, I've been talking with x86.
I'm back.
Oh, you mean 64-bit?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. John. His name is John.
John. Yeah, John. I'm talking with Free right now on Signal. So you can hear me. Free can hear me, but you can't hear Free.
Oops.
All right, Free. You good?
I'm good. Yeah.
All right,
Cheers.
sweet. Cheers. That actually worked out pretty well. Like the fact that I can take like calls, like even if they were private, like on stream. That's funny.
So yeah, basically now I'm trying to set up a framework, but I'm trying to figure out how like.
That's
I'm
insane,
gonna read
dude.
I'm gonna read all the papers on this stuff, but I have to figure out like, okay, how do you actually feed this training data to get it to like robustly do what you want?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the trick. I've just been sticking shit through it and generating some glorious shit posts. Because, like, it's given me some stuff that's just, like, truly wild. Like, the other explanation of how the government works that I got involved it explaining how, like, the lords of whatever in the English government basically existed so that people who didn't have land could become a lord and, like, get free land. And, like, all this, like, insane stuff. And it was, like, hilarious.
Yeah.
But that's not useful. So I'm kind of trying to, like, learn this is one of my like side learning things where it's like, okay, how can this become a tool that I know how to use, where it's like I know how to like, because it seems ridiculously powerful to be able to just like have this like input and output text format that you teach something to just process text in that way, right?
Yeah.
Because like the training process for it, once you have like, is trivial. You just like put text in, like, and that's it. You just like format the text right. So like it's not hard to experiment with.
Yeah.
And the API to do it programmatically is also not hard to use at all.
Mm-mm.
So like, just being able to know how to train like specialized models like this might be a really useful like back pocket tool, besides the trying to change my life with it approach, which is also kind of neat. But we'll see how that goes.
That sounds insane, dude. My girlfriend would absolutely love to use that. She suffers from this too, of spiraling out of control from not so bad as what you're describing, but like for sure it's like she has ADD. Like that's just who she is. That's why I like her so much.
Yeah, I'm pretty ADD myself.
Yeah, and it's like that's what I like so much, is that she can spend like fucking forever like on a painting, like painting the goddamn like whatever color to make it look better. Like I do that stuff with code, right? I throw all my code out the window. So it's like you have to find someone that's like, ugh, it's so hard. But anyway, yeah, she has ADD. And so it's just like, damn, like what you're describing sounds absolutely perfect. A fucking notification to like halt your emotions from
but you're
spinning.
Need like I haven't figured out all the things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to figure out how to like get a constant stream of like my thoughts into a computer.
Yeah.
Quiet was talking about stuff like that, so
you could just record. You could just record yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna start it off with just like a microphone, and I'm probably just gonna speak into it all day from home.
So I was looking at. So you know.
Speech.
Yeah, you know about Whisper, like that model.
No.
So OpenAI has the model Whisper, that it's really good open source speech to text. And some people have been coming up with ways, because right now it's like you have to send a whole audio file, but people have been streaming audio by chopping it up into chunks and then like sending it off to Whisper to be like translated. So that's actually one of the things that LunaBrain can do. It can like take what you said like from an audio recording and then generate the transcription for it, and then like
there's a text-to-speech API in Windows that's pretty good.
Is it good? I've had problems with a lot of those. Like they're pretty.
I used it. I remember using it for something a long time ago, and it was pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Like.
Interesting.
But I don't know. It's one of those pieces that can just be a component that's iterated on, though, right? It just has to be another service that I run in my quest to run a bunch of services and figure that part of engineering out.
Yeah. Okay, so I just ran a LunaPipe command where I piped my history to tail 20. So we got the last 20 commands, and then I said, write me a README file for the example directory of LunaPipe. Use the following history as example commands. And then it just like shoved those in there. And obviously it's not perfect, but like the fact that I can do that, and now I can like make a template that's like write me README from commands. Like now I can reuse that, which is pretty cool.
Oh.
Yeah. So you're like constantly scaffolding like your actions that you normally do. So you can like, it's like programming. It's programming for English.
That's kind of what a lot of this stuff is starting to feel like.
Yeah, it's programming for English.
It's like we've turned English into a coding language.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, and what's cool too is there's also like a compression that you can do with information now, because with like summaries and categorizations being a lot more like obtainable. So you can like take a bunch of information, you can like segment it, organize it in some way, index it, and then you can subsequently search. Like that's why vector databases are so hot, is because that's what it's kind of promising you. But a lot of their implementations are just like, they don't get hierarchical indexes like the end user would have to figure those out. But I think that's where the real value of like a vector search is like you could build trees of like summarized data. So it's like you represent your data as a graph, and then in each of like the nodes, like the deeper you go, like the more specific you get. Does that make sense?
Not really. I've had too much technical stuff today to be honest.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
I like between the stuff that I've just done and read and the conversations we've had and the utter bullshit that I refactored today, like
Yeah.
at work, it's like too much.
Too much.
I've hit
Brain
the
done.
Yeah.
That's okay. Oh, this stuff is so cool. This stuff, it gets me so excited.
Yeah, I know. It's like
Oh.
I want to just like. This is the thing I have to restrain myself actually because
Mhm.
like I will do this thing where if I get too hyped up about something like this, I will work on it so much in my free time that I burn out in like a catastrophic, like a way worse. There's like different types of burnout. There's like that burnout when you've been at a job for a really long time and you start to like have a really hard time with it just because like I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
Then there's this way worse burnout. That's like chronic burnout where it's like been building for like years. But like if I get too excited about something, I could just like come home from work and code for another 6 or 7 hours a day and just end up like doing engineering like 14 out of the 16 waking hours I'm awake. And
Mhm.
if I do that for about 2 weeks, like my brain just one day I wake up and my brain is just like doesn't work anymore.
Right.
It's just like totally fried and it's like, well, and that's the thing that I'm trying not to do with all this AI stuff because it's like it's so exciting
It's so much fun, dude.
and so much of the stuff has just been made so available. Like all of the models on Hugging Face that you could just trivially play with like 10 lines of code or whatever. Like it's wild. That library they have for it, it's just like you could just be like load model and you just put the model name in from like their website and it just like downloads and caches and sets up the model and you're like ready to go. Like you could do all sorts of stuff with like and just like take all of the different models and just use them as like Legos and just smash things into them
Yeah.
and hack around. It's like it's such a golden era, right? I think we're living in like a golden era right now where like all of this technology hasn't been used to make life miserable yet,
Yeah.
and anyone who's like a software engineer or can code has just gotten like the greatest toolbox of toys ever like unleashed.
It feels
And, like-
certainly feels that way. At least released like all at once. Like maybe there's like some things that like over time, like cuz programming languages feel like really fun, right? Like when you get into like a groove. But like this is like next level all at once. Like
Right,
boom.
and it's like the thing I'm wondering, what's it like for people who aren't software engineers right now?
They don't
like-
use it.
Do they just
Or they use it to cheat and stuff. They don't use it like to like learn, I guess. I don't know. Maybe there are like the autistic kids figured it out.
like do people just like not know, or do they just know it's a thing but they don't understand the like what I'm wondering is like everyone I talk to who's a software engineer is like manically there is a mania going on right now. I think there's
Yeah.
a collective mania and I fucking love it. But like I realized that like people who aren't software engineers probably don't feel this way right now.
Mm-mm.
It's like I couldn't get out of bed for like 4 months. It took me like 3 or 4 hours to get out of bed. And now
Yeah.
I just wake up and it's just like I feel shit. And then I remember what's going on right now and it's like okay.
Okay.
Right. We're doing all this AI stuff. Let's go to work and like use
Oh,
AI at work.
it just
figure out how we
gets
can do
you
that. And it's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
That's so sick, dude. That's so nice.
This-
That's how I feel. It's like this is like the ultimate way to like just sort of stay in flow. Like while coding, it's like you can't it's like you like everything
Oh,
that
it-
you
it's-
normally
it's
would have is
making-
like unblocked.
It's making coding with ADHD like
Mm.
It's making coding with unmedicated ADHD like so much better.
That's awesome.
Like refactoring shit still sucks because there isn't enough context to like
Yeah.
paste in. But like
Well, that's what I want with LunaPipe. I want to compress information down so that like you can store like coding styles. Like I could put entire books. I could store books into this binary.
Interesting.
And then you could be like, show me the way that like this Go programming book or like Go styling guide or whatever like writes code for this application.
I'll have to learn about how that works later.
So Free's writing a or actually it might maybe it just been published about vector databases.
Yeah, one of my coworkers was just talking about those, or knowledge
Oh.
graphs, I think is what he was talking about. I don't know if it's the same thing or not.
No, they're
but, like,
different.
I can't process that right now. That's gonna have to be another time kind of thing.
Oh no, it didn't land. Why didn't it land? Or didn't get
like-
deployed.
It feels like there's this weird bifurcation. I haven't interacted with many people outside of. I don't interact with people who aren't engineers, right, on a daily basis. Like that just isn't part of my life.
Yeah.
Everyone that I interact, every single person that I interact with in any sort of frequency is an engineer of some sort. So like, I'm starting to wonder like, what is this crazy AI like rampage that's going on? What is it like to experience that from a perspective of like not understanding what a language model is and what it's doing?
Yeah.
Because like, if you understand what it's doing, it's not as scary of a thing, I guess. Like it still is. It's scary in a different way, but it's also like because all of these toys require the ability to code to like really play with them. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck is that like?
Like what? Like what's like?
To not know how to use all of this shit that's
Oh yeah, you're fucked.
blasting out into the world.
You're fucked. You're so fucked. Like you're gonna like it's like there's just people that are gonna be like so much more experienced like with this. It's like a skill. It's gonna be a skill that you have.
It's gonna get real fucking weird, I bet.
Oh yeah.
I'm really concerned for what this is gonna do to like the internet as a whole, or like, I don't know. I'm really concerned about how easy it's going to be to like. I mean, it always is, but like people don't take seriously the danger of like letting things enter your perception, like the danger of like perceiving something like an advertisement, right?
Yeah, right.
Or like text on the internet that's been written to manipulate you. Like everyone I've ever met, well, not everyone I've ever met, but a lot of people I
Most
meet,
people.
like, when you talk to them, when you
Yeah.
talk to them about advertising, they're like, advertising doesn't work on me.
That's
And it's just-
nonsense. That's like
it's
it.
like, it's like, oh, you don't understand. Like once you're into the industry and you can see like you see it broken out into dollars and you
Yeah.
see the expected value of an ad impression, of
Yeah.
a single ad impression, and then you realize that like
Everyone's affected.
the companies paying for this stuff are expecting more value than the cost of that impression. So
Right.
if it's cost you 2 cents to show me this ad,
Yeah.
you're expecting on average to get more than 2 cents out of me. Am
Yeah.
I losing 2 cents every time I see
Wow.
a fucking ad?
That's insane. Wow.
It's
Wow.
actually probably a lot worse than that with more modern like native advertising formats and content creators and the way advertising has gone. And
Yeah. Right.
Like consider it from
Yeah.
that perspective. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
what if you think about advertising as I'm losing the expected value of whatever they've paid to show
Well,
me this.
to be fair, it's like they're playing with statistics, and it is possible that like you are for most of those statistics like in a category like an outlier. Yeah.
But are you really that much?
No,
of an
I'm not.
outlier
No,
average
no, no, no,
over-
no, no. Absolutely not.
I
Yeah.
know for sure certain types of advertising are horrible for me. So like game advertising online, where like I see something novel and interesting and I want to play it because I'm a sucker for novelty. Like that's been a very expensive thing for me. But like not knowing about how like I guess it's like I don't know how to explain this concept. It kind of goes into what I'm trying to do with this like AI thing I'm making, but like it's dangerous to let people tell you things almost. I feel like and that there's like that's why I'm so interested in this visual ad block thing, or like controlling my perception with technology that I control, to be like I don't want to perceive this because it's like not good for my own brain to have this input train it. Like I don't consent to this training input of like, you know, seeing this ad or hearing this advertisement or hearing people say demoralizing things. Like when people say things that reduce their own agency. Like even if what they're saying is like technically true, it's not usefully true. Like
Yeah.
believing that you have free will or believing that you have the ability to pull yourself up by your bootstraps is like maybe not factually accurate, but like believing it probably grants you more agency than believing you're helpless, right? So
Oh
like,
yeah, absolutely.
why would
Yeah.
I ever let somebody tell me that counter narrative, right? Of like,
Yeah.
you know, well, and now with all of this generative AI stuff, I think that manipulation gets a lot worse, and it's almost like I feel like I want a condom for my brain.
Oh my god.
Like that's the only way I can put it. But like, am I fucking crazy, or am I like? I can't tell if I'm like a completely insane lunatic or like if this is some enlightened perspective.
If it's some enlightened perspective.
A mix of both.
Yeah.
But I also think my brain is very sensitive to inputs, right? That's something I've
No,
noticed.
I snap to an advertisement all the time. Like if it's interesting, provocative. Like I have a purple mattress mainly in part through their advertising. I would not have known about their product. I probably would have gone to like a mattress store or
I
something.
just mean like in general, like imagine different people have like a different learning rate or a different training sensitivity to
Oh,
like,
yeah.
everything they're exposed to, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So like
Yeah.
I feel like mine is quite high, which makes
Yeah.
it's like useful, but it also makes bad inputs more dangerous.
Mm.
That's kind of why I've become more
I see. Yeah.
I've removed like almost all algorithmic content from my life
Yeah.
because I think I'm more sensitive to it. Like that's why I'm kind of like want to start this initiative where like I start generating algorithmic content and propaganda to blast myself with that aligns with my long-term objectives.
Mhm.
It's like can I hack advertising and push notifications and all of these really manipulative like modern mechanics and like turn them around and use them on myself to like fine tune my own brain, but with technology, so that like when my brain does the bad shit that's not supposed to, I can use the technology I've created to like push it back in there. It's like it's probably like I don't know. I should probably read about like I don't know if cybernetics is the right term for it, but like human brain, like how your brain interfaces with technology and how it like changes your experience of the technology in life, where like your phone is like an extension of your mind in this weird way now.
Yeah.
Kind of like how when you use a tool, right? Like the tool becomes an extension of your mind. I'm going on a fucking random tangent. I gotta cut this fucking off.
That's all right.
My point is that there's like really interesting like things that happen when you really start to, I think there's really weird and interesting things that happen when you start to interface your brain with technology. And that like most of the interfacing of brain with technology that we experience is probably not positive. But what happens if we like, even on an individual level, like try to, like, I don't know. There's like crazy shit that could be made with that if you tried to like, it feels so corny and weird to like say like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start an advertising and propaganda campaign targeted at myself. That's such a, I don't know, it feels like such a weird thing to do. But like, I feel like that's why I should explore it and build this weird piece of technology and just let it rip on myself and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Just gotta let it go. Hack your brain.
Yeah, literally, that's kind of what I'm trying to do, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, dude, I've been thinking about hacking my brain for so long. I'm sure that's like such a thing. That's such a thing to like think about like as a programmer is like, how do I just program my brain? like like computers can do all these things. Why can't I do this to my brain? It's great.
Well, I guess I'm gonna find out if I can, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You'll get your answer. You'll have your test cases. You'll observe the behavior. Look at the side effects and process them. It's like, did I hack my brain? Fucking.
I have no idea what this is going to do, but I'm going to try it because I guess why not?
Why not? Dude, if advertisers can do it, you can too. You just need to learn what the advertisers are doing.
Well, I know what they're doing.
Yeah, so just do it. Fucking hell. Programming's so hard.
All you have to do is type what you want the computer to do.
That's what I've been doing, but now I'm at an era where I actually need to apply my brain. It's deep. I'm sure there is a way that I can like do it though, so that LunaPipe would help me. Ah, fuck. I think I do know how to do it. Maybe. I think it'd be too much work. It's like I need the solution that I'm thinking of right now would require LunaBrain to be more operational than it is, and it would need to be able to clone repos, index the content in the repo, and then let you search over it. Which is like that's I'm not looking forward to trying to implement that. That's going to be a hard fucking problem. I've tried like using the vector stuff, and it's like there's a reason why there's a lot of like companies out there is because like people are going to need them.
Time to teach ChatGPT to clone repos with AutoGPT or whatever that is.
Oh my god. Fucking hell.
Allow ChatGPT to like clone repos and execute arbitrary code from the internet and get the result from it. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
No RMRFs.
That's not how we get the singularity.
Yeah. We should all be running AutoGPT right now. Like we write things that like hook up to like newsletters or something, and then that's like our command and control, and then we like have it dispatch out like jobs to like take down the internet.
Man, I feel like there's things like AutoGPT. Like we were talking that conversation a little earlier about like if you showed that to somebody who didn't really understand, that might be terrifying. Either there would be like there's that gap of like either it's just a bunch of text, or if they understand like the basics of what's going on. Well, I'm actually kind of terrified by it, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, like, it's like it's definitely getting there.
The emergent behavior that's coming out of this stuff is like.
Yeah.
And the fact that I saw in the documentation that like one of the things it's able to do is like issue more GPT queries and get the results from them like as a separate query, where
Mm-hmm.
it like starts asking itself questions. That's like some weird meta shit to think about. Like, fuck.
Fuck.
The AI is like running this process where part of the process is asking itself more questions, and it's like almost a running train of thought. Like, I think that like I genuinely think the way we're gonna end up with like general intelligence is somebody's gonna fuck around like a little too much and just accidentally
Mm-hmm.
create it doing shit like this. But I guess that's how a lot of technology comes about. It's that like someone was like some asshole 80,000 years ago rubbed two fucking sticks together a little bit too hard, and now look at where we fucking are.
Yeah.
Some dickhead invented technology, and now it's gotten kind of spicy. Kind of an understatement, I guess.
Yeah.
My hat's off to the original Furious stick rubber. That fucking is not the way I want to phrase that. Fuck. Sorry.
It's okay.
Um,
Whoops. Are you still there?
yes.
Okay. Oh, oh, you just like concerned with your phrasing.
The language model has run out of out. We've hit the API limit for my language model. There's just no more output.
It's kind of, oh man, it's gonna be so much fun to like model our brains like as computers, like because that's literally what our jobs are. Like, and it's like so fun of like, wow, we get to explain more about the way that our brain works by letting it play out in computers.
Here's a wild thought,
Hmm.
right? Like, there's all this weird shit I've been thinking about. This is what happens. Fucking high. Like, if language model, if AI gets too complicated, you know how like there's like a couple ideas that are related to this. Like, what if there's actually like an upper limit on intelligence that's just like, how do I explain this? It's not constrained by like neurons or like compute power, but like
Mm-hmm.
the upper limit on intelligence is actually constrained by the fact that if you get like too much interaction going on, the emergent behavior destabilizes the system, and it's like how there's like a fine line between like genius and insanity, where like if the learning rate on your brain gets too high, like you don't end
Yeah.
up learning anything useful, you just end up like completely insane.
Yeah.
That's one thing, but like, are we gonna end up with people whose jobs are like AI therapists? Like,
Yeah.
the
Probably.
the artificial general intelligence has gotten depressed and no longer wants to do anything useful, and it's just telling the meatbags to fuck off. Like,
Telling,
that's a weird future.
that is a weird future.
Like, because we're gonna connect it to all the Internet of Things and everything's Internet of Things.
The internet
Like,
of shit.
You're just gonna wake, yeah, the Internet of shit. You're just gonna wake up one day and you're gonna try to toast some bread, and your toaster's gonna give you a lecture on Nietzsche and why it seizes the power over bread toasting and why you can get bent. And your toaster just won't work anymore because it got too smart.
Oh my god. That is a possibility.
I think the Internet of Things and AI are a bad combination. We should
Yeah.
just pick one.
We should pick one.
And the Internet of Things is not the one we should pick. That being said,
The shitternet. Shitternet of things.
because once again we live in that golden era where programmers have all the best toys.
Mm-hmm.
I unfortunately have Internet of Things RGB lights in my house,
Yeah.
So I did the most reasonable thing possible and hooked one of them up to the Bitcoin 15-minute price, and had this thing in my house called the Bitcoin lamp. It turn green or red depending on which way Bitcoin is going, and that was like a really cool piece of like, not performance art, but just like, it's just the most bizarre thing to have in your home. Is
Yeah.
this like random lamp that's just like a stock ticker. And it was fun because I didn't own any Bitcoin, so it didn't cause me constant anxiety. Where like if you owned it and like the lamp is just bright red, like your day is ruined.
Yeah.
I demoed it to somebody, and as soon as I turned it on, the lamp just turned like violently red, and I'm like, oh, that ain't great. Glad I'm not in. I like hope you're not in Bitcoin right now. But like the fact that you could just make dumb shit like that in like an hour is stupid. It's like, I want to have a lamp that changes color based on the price of a digital commodity. It's like an hour of like jank coding. Why does my home lighting have a REST API?
Oh my god, dude, we have all Internet of Shit Bosch appliances, like our oven, the dishwasher. Yeah,
No, dude.
it's so stupid.
The first time I saw one of those, I was joking about it. I was joking about Internet of Things and going on one of these rants about it with some of my friends. We were out, and we went into Best Buy to get something else. And standing right in the middle of the aisle was a stove with a speech bubble coming out of it.
Oh my god.
Alexa, preheat the oven to 450 degrees.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, I guess we have to go to a bar after this because I wasn't ready for that, and that was before I stopped drinking. So it's like, this is just, I can't cope with this reality. Don't connect the stove to the internet. I remember, like, when I was like a little kid, one of my aunts was like super paranoid about like hackers being able to like hack into your stove through the internet and blow your house up. But like, now we've made that like more of a potential reality. Because like the S in IoT stands for security, right? So like, where did all the IPv4 addresses go?
Also, what is holding up like IPv6? Is it just because IPv4 is like everywhere? Like what is the point of IPv6? Like, I'm so confused by that.
To get around the limit of addresses, I don't know.
I guess it, but like, when is it going to be adopted? Like,
it is right now.
Yeah.
You could use it right now. Sometimes you end up, depending on what network you're on or your ISP, you can end up with just like, there's this weird way that it can be like
I see.
mapped to an IPv4 address for like backwards compatibility. But like, if you look at network adapters, you'll see like,
Yeah,
I think my ISP still, my ISP still gives me a my ISP still gives me a hard-coded IPv4, which is nice actually. But like, some ISPs I don't think do that anymore, right? Like, I have WebPass, which is like half Google Fiber now. So like, they're just like, here's an IPv4 that doesn't change. Cool. I don't know. I'm probably gonna get going. I've probably been an enormous distraction.
No, it's fine. It's really funny. It's funny to hear about it. I want to have like people that are interesting, like talking on stream. That's like my whole intention. Yeah, cause like Quiet's been sending like emojis.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
Like, it would be so cool to be like an AI company like stream. That would be so much fun. I need to figure it out though. Using Discord is like a skill. I have to like level up on like how to use it. Oh, So I'm Quiet said, so I'm actually starting the company you were talking about. Oh. If you know how to sign up for Neuralink, I am ready now. Selective mutism is hard working up to it. Okay, yeah. You're good. You're good, Quiet. Yeah. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm hoping I'm hoping people are like stoked about it as much as like I am. Because
Is
it's
there
pretty
a repository for it?
Yeah. Lunapipe. Lunabrain, Lunapipe. Lunapipe. When I said it to Forrest, he was like, that sounds weirdly sexual.
Go install. So do I have to install Go?
No.
to run
No,
it?
no, no. You don't. Run the second command. Whoa. Maybe I should do the second I'm going to change that. That's good. That's a good A/B test.
Install .sa. Oh, that's
Ye-
what WSL's for, I guess.
Yeah.
The greatest thing Microsoft.
Honestly, fucking hell.
It's just like, oh, I can now just run all of my Linux terminal shit and my games on the same thing, and it's just.
I used to do that for so long, like have like a virtual machine with Vagrant to like get that experience, but like it's so nice that they've integrated it.
Yeah. I haven't run into any problems with it either.
I did. I was compiling like Android open source project AOSP and trying to put it on my phone, and like I was pushing WSL to its fucking limits.
Yeah,
It was
I'm not
like-
a super hardcore Linux
Yeah.
user, so.
I don't think I really am anymore either. I could totally be using a Mac, but you know, have to have all my little configurations that I almost
I'll have
never
to-
use.
I don't have. I gotta get an API key for OpenAI, but.
Oh, do you see the there's like a oh, did I not push that? I had like a click on these links. Is that not
there's
pushed?
a
Really?
releases thing.
Wait, yeah, let me push this real fast. Cuz I have this. Fuck. I don't want env. Gotta clean this shit up. Examples. Discord. Add UC. Okay. That. Come on. Oh, it's at the bottom of the usage. So after you have like, to have your API key persist, you can use that command doesn't actually work right now. That was what I was in the process of fixing.
No, the problem is that I need an API key.
Yeah, so
in the
right
first place.
right below that, don't have an API
Oh,
key, sign up
sign up.
here. Yeah.
I see.
I should probably add that to the command, like if it's not set, instead of just complaining that you don't have one.
You're on a free trial. No, I'm not. Oh, there's a different billing for the API versus like.
Yeah, it's
versus
different.
Paying like the $20 a month for whatever.
So I'm working on that though. I'm working on that so that you can because if you have a Chrome extension, you can access the authentication of your model. So I'm trying to figure out how to make an extension that can connect to this local command, so you don't need the API key to run this. And the free tier also could work with this. So I'm pretty sure I might be able to get that work. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but I think it's possible.
There's a free tier. I think you just have to generate. You just generate an API key.
Oh, really? There's a free tier?
Yeah,
Mm.
there's like some limited amount of. It looks like you get some limited amount of like credits or whatever
Yeah.
that they just let you use to play around with it. How much does it cost to use this? I know they have the price.
It's nothing,
what
dude. It's
what
like
is the real world implication?
I've like maybe spent like $5, and this is like my job to use this.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's only going to be an issue if you make like an application that like bombards it with like stuff programmatically.
Yeah.
If you're if you're interacting with it at a manual rate, it's not gonna like you're not gonna wake up one day with like $100 bill and be like,
No.
what just happened?
No. Just don't publish your key. Like put it in like a really well used command. It's like the default key. Like that's how you do that.
You can fine tune GPT models?
Yeah, you can.
Holy shit.
That costs money. That costs some cash.
Right, but like
Yeah, it is possible.
I didn't realize that was something they let you do, but that's kind of like the same. That's like the same thing. I think this is the same because it looks like some of the parameters are the same. I think it's the same idea as like what I was showing you with the that fine tuning UI for like the open models.
Yeah.
Just a lot cheaper to play around with it on your own GPU. Or I guess if you've just decided to invest the money in like local compute, right? But I've probably burned through in like the month I've had this card. I'm sorry, in the 2 weeks I've been heavily doing AI stuff, I think I've burned through the equivalent of like $200 or $300 of cloud compute on it. So it seems like it was a good investment, but
it wasn't.
Especially with all that. No, I think it was, especially with all that stable diffusion stuff, because I can just play with that like a lunatic, and it's free. Oh, I gotta fire that back up, and I was gonna generate the logos for my bot and the Discord. One of the things I was thinking about doing was making like a Discord server with like a channel for like chatbot testing, to like let anyone who has a chatbot, just like throw all the bots in a channel and just let them go fucking crazy and see what happens. I wanted to see what would happen if you like continuously fine-tuned a model based on like the chats that we're in. So like setting up like a chatbot that learns from everything that's said around it, which is like obviously a bad idea to just release on the public internet. Like Microsoft learned that lesson the hard way with like, what was it, Tay or whatever?
Yeah. Tay. Tay II. Yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
But like that continuously learning chatbot idea, it's like really cool to experiment with.
That is really cool.
Good things.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to play around with that too, which is like, so I'm setting up a Discord server to like, I don't know exactly how it's gonna work, but let people interact with bots and like train them. I haven't figured it out, but like I was thinking about having it be like,
yeah, why not? And then you could have like disinformation campaigns, like to try to like target, have like a war room, like a global stage room where it's like you try to make the most thought resilient bot, but it's like your bot has to train on like whatever's said in the channel.
Yeah, I
It's like a Clockwork Orange. You could call it the Clockwork Orange channel, like where it's like everyone has to have their eyes open, and you have to make the most resilient.
Oh, I was gonna call it the barnyard. 'Cause it's total chaos. With just like a bunch of like crazed lunatic bots running around. Which is why I was going to use Stable Diffusion to generate the logo for it, because it's going to generate some warped, messed up logo that's going to be perfect for this sort of project. I'm gonna get going now. I need to spend some time in quiet. I'll talk to everyone later.
All right, see you later, dude. Have a good night. It's just me and you quiet. We're gonna. Free told me that I could expense the sub vocal microphone thing. I want that so bad. It's just still so hard to justify spending $300. Oh, yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Fucking hell. Okay. All right, I'm gonna hop off.